Last we left off. Welcome to the Adventures of the Red Bane Guild! And last we left off, you adventurers, after leaving Berevik and taking on a new party member in Absolute Zagolona, you took to the high seas, heading for the city of Vincennes in the Triumvirate. A couple of days after you set sail, you came upon a vessel called the Limerick, claiming to be a mercenary ship in service of the Caswenic Navy, who hailed you, invited you aboard, and asked you for news of the war. They invited you to share in a feast, which proved to be a ruse, to lure your crew away from the ship whilst assassins attempted to make off with your riches and sink the Larkspur. Bastards. You managed to stop them and even sink the Limerick with their own powder bomb, but not without casualties. Your lookout, Alson of Greywater, as well as a deckhand named Billy, perished by the hand of the assassins.
Billy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was
Just a kid.
It was just a dumb kid. Why?
But he had a voice.
Yes.
It's really just like drives home what a GM Nick is.
Oh, I love you.
Don't make me feel things. What's wrong with you? What were they gonna say? Never mind.
So,
Never mind.
the night has passed. Absolith assisted Marion in caring for the rest of the wounded, who many were hurt by the wind speaker and his cone of cold that he cast in his last act of retribution as the Limerick sank. Many were nearly frozen solid, but he managed to tend to their wounds over the night. And in the morning, you find yourselves the following day there after a long rest. Oh, I'm sorry. First thing we're going to do is you all level up to 9.
Whoa!
I meant to do that last time, but I didn't do it. So, yeah, we'll do that. Go ahead and roll for that stuff, because might as well.
Shall I pause recording?
Yes, pause recording. Alright, so there you find yourselves now. It is the following day, and you receive a summons from Graziella to join the crew on deck. What do you do?
Go join the crew on deck.
Alright, you rise from your beds along with those other in your area, Brecken and Vissa.
I can have 9 instead of 7 spells prepared. 11 prepared spells.
Prepare 2. Yeah, prepare 2 more.
Yes, we go to deck.
You rise and head out to the upper deck. And when you get there, you observe most of the rest of the crew shuffled up there as well. And Graziella there stands before the bodies of Alson and Billy, now wrapped in sailcloth and laid out on the deck.
Is Billy the one that froze?
No, they were both assassinated. I don't think nobody died from freezing.
Oh.
This went down.
Yeah, Vissa went. Yes, several of Vissa and Ashes went down, but didn't die. And she beckons to you. Join us. We are to have a burial at sea, as is the way when such things happen. Let us for a moment of silence. And you understand the crew to stand for a moment. And she gestures down to Alison and Billy. She says, speaks, whispers in Trensian. She says, fini uomini mai, avete fatto un attimo lavoro. Adesso puoi dormire. Requiescati in pace. And the rest...
Dang it, Nick.
and the rest of the crew all bow. You were taken from us too soon.
And it was just like perfect too. Like there wasn't like a clunky "Hola, buenos dias, nobody, moches, grassy
We went to
ass."
there again.
That's not Spanish.
I don't care. I'm just saying.
Pace is a very
I'm sure it was I don't care. I don't know Italian words to have a crappy accent for.
I was
Spanish.
going to go. Does she touch him with a feather?
So,
Best. Venetian.
prepare the boat. And the boat is craned out by Valdemar and lowered into the water. Valdemar gestures to Absolute. Please.
Absolute opens her book. I forgot the trial. The faded. Excuse me. Navy blue tome. Flips to a couple pages to one that's like dog-eared, and she had bookmarked it overnight, and reads a passage from A Try to Go Trial about death not being the final. There is further conquest, specifically conquest. There will be more that we hear from these ones, whether or not it is today, or in the near future, or them themselves, but it's like a continuation speech. She closes the book.
The rest stand in respectful silence as you recite this. Valdemar gestures to you, Absolute, and to you two. Points you two to the body of Billy and us to the body of Alison.
I awkwardly walk up to it like I'm supposed to do something.
And Valdemar gestures and leads the way, taking the head of Alison and you, the feet, gesturing you two as well. And loads Alison into the rowboat, and then you proceed and lie Billy beside. Valdemar then gestures to Kit Kat.
Is the cat on the ship?
He gestures over to Elizabeth, and she and he board the boat, and it is craned then into the water and lowered. And you watch, and the rest of the crew gathers at the gunwale, peering overboard, as they go some distance away from the boat. And you see now that as they begin to tie several stones to each and lower both of the bodies into the water, where they sink into the sea. They return after a moment. And again, you all stand upon the deck. And Graziella says, "All right, time to drink! Let us celebrate
I like this
Alison and
tradition.
Billy. We celebrate their lives as we reconsign them to the decks."
You drink? Yes. Da.
And drink is brought out. You see Eckerd carrying a large cask, hauls it out. Right, more as well.
Last time I got
They
drunk, bad things happened.
They will watch over you. And she's got another big like.
Okay. You heard the lady? Whatever she is. I drink.
You drink? The rest of the day is spent then in mirth and song and mourning for the dead. And come evening time, excuse me, Absolute. Brecken approaches you. Good evening, Absolute.
Hello, smart one. How are you today?
I am well, how are you?
It is strange to celebrate one's piercing like this. This is not unwelcome. I have just, me and my rights, we have always mourned for longer.
Oh, we do similar in Eartha. But, you know, this is the way of the sea.
If it is the way of the sea and I am on the sea, I will do as the sea men go do.
I still drink to that sentiment. But I suppose a large celebration of life is not an unpleasant way to celebrate, or to send someone off. More cheery, certainly, than sitting in ash for a week.
They would much rather have a cheerful celebration of death than mournful and for a long time. That.
Sir Absolute,
Yeah.
it has been a busy couple of days since you joined us.
It is.
I know you know a small amount about what exactly we're doing here. But how about you go and get me Erwin and Warth and we'll come and talk downstairs.
We will find them. She like stands up and sheaths the knives that she was cleaning her nails with.
I'll see you in the cabin then.
In the cabin.
Down below.
Oh, I will find you again.
Brecken heads back downstairs.
If Worth is drinking, sitting, grab
Fine,
him by the
Worth.
vape, and like stand him up behind the screen.
I reach for like my drink as I get dragged away, kind of.
I'm not dragging you away, I'm just standing you up.
As I go up in the air, I reach for my drink.
Are you good?
Yes.
Alright.
Is something happening? Do I need to kill someone?
I don't think so, unless the smart one, the elf, is needing of being killed.
No, we'd be pretty lost without him, unfortunately.
I get that feeling, yes. No, he is wanting to talk to me and you, and Mirwin too. Where is that one? The strong one.
No, I have no idea. I only look for her when people are trying to kill me.
Where are you doing? What are you doing?
It's surprising you are easy to find. It is the dwarf, the strong dwarf that is the difficult one.
Well, she's short, you know. She blends in.
I don't know, I'm somewhere
Shoes.
around the deck.
Mirwin!
I hear that and I
Yeah,
pop
you're on
up.
the deck. You easily hear this loud
Yes.
voice calling your name.
Stay there!
Towering absolute comes over to you.
Goes with like the same thing, but like, I will not manhandle you. Brecken, the smart one, is wanting to talk with us. I have
Okay.
retrieved Worth, and here he is.
Good deal. Where's Brecken want to meet us?
He said cabin.
In the cabin?
In the cabin.
Yes, it's downstairs where
Is
we.
that on the stairs? That's what he said, but I never thought of like cabin. And,
Yeah.
and like down.
Cabin is in where we live. If you can think about a cabin as where someone lives.
That makes logical sense. Да. We
Oh,
will
you
know.
were a Thabkin smart.
I'm smart.
Explaining things.
I just don't
Apply the
like to
smarts.
help people usually.
Why am I different?
It made me feel smart.
With you. Well, come on, smart one.
It's actually not very smart. We only got 12 in intelligence.
That
I
is.
mean, it's a slightly above average.
That
but-
is above average, yes. A 0 is standard human across the board. That's what you call average, is just zeros. She has absolutely has a -1 in intelligence.
Intelligence established as strength is to worth.
And intelligence to worth.
Right. So you head back down below decks, and as you enter the cabin area, you observe Brecken having just lit a candle, the glow of it flickering off the walls, and he lighting him up in a bit of a ghastly way. But he sits there and he beckons you, "Come, sit with me."
I have found these two.
Ah, very good, very good.
Well, this is very ominous, or
I was
Well,
going to say shit.
I actually need your help and your help a bit. We need to, we need to tell Absolute exactly what's going on here. You know what we're doing.
big scary guys.
She
trying-
penciled in room for the saving the world, but she doesn't know exactly how, or why, or when, or where, or any of the questions.
I think you're infinitely more qualified to explain this to her than we are.
All right, well, sit. Miron, if I miss anything.
Yes.
I like that die. It's pretty.
As you peer over the GM screen.
I can't see anything
Other than the die.
because it's that way.
Absolute.
No.
I have a story to tell you.
Stories are good.
I will try to make this as simple as possible. There's quite a few threads we're following and trying to tie together to make one, to make something that makes sense. We're slowly piecing it.
If my eyes go crossways, just pick up like 2 or 3 sentences.
Right. have to
Five,
explain the
start snoring.
Now,
Ignore me.
let's start at the beginning. So, many millennia ago, before the counting of the histories of the world began, before the kings ruled over these realms that they do now, the lower beings, men, elves, and dwarves, and all those, they were ruled over by a far more powerful, dominant people called they called themselves the Aesir. Now, the Aesir are the ones responsible for the creation of Faesteel and its consequence, the powerful essence that it unlocks in people. But you see, in the early days when they were making it, when they were testing it on people, it had consequences.
It hasn't gone cross-eyed yet.
You see, these Aesir made the world itself rebelled against what they were doing, it seems. Great storms formed, tempests hundreds of miles wide. And what they were doing created this disaster that threatened to destroy the entire world, including the Aesir. So, the Aesir created a solution. It was in the form of a tree. They said in these ancient tomes we've read that they planted a tree to bring harmony to the sky and the sea. And it stopped the storms. Well, some of these Aesir believed that that was wrong, and it was bad what they were doing. So this small group of Aesir made a weapon. It was a staff that was intended to destroy the tree and, in their point of view, restore the natural order of things. So this group rose up and the Aesir fought amongst themselves. Are you following me, Epsmith?
It's a good story you're telling.
It is true story. Every word of it.
We have seen evidence of this. We have met an Aesir.
So you see the Aesir.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Ooh, she has great insight though. 13.
I mean, yeah, none of you can tell there's no deceit going on at all. You can tell that we're sincere about what we're saying.
Can I roll a persuasion?
Yes. Yes, you may. In fact, Brecken will as well.
19.
Oh, Brecken rolls a natural 20.
Ah.
You are enraptured by the words of Brecken.
I rolled a 19.
And also by and Worth's words
Yeah,
that
but you don't
met.
have brutal critical on persuasion checks, so.
Mr. Good.
Reckon with his fancy words.
This is so. You see,
Rowan is enamored too.
you see these Aesir. All right, well.
Have a pen.
And my Sharpie.
You see, Epsmith, it is true, and these Aesir, they fought a battle amongst themselves as this group tried to destroy their world tree. Well, in the battle, these were defeated, those who attempted to destroy it, and their weapon was broken. But much damage had been done, and the Aesir ended up fleeing, either dead or ran off somewhere we know not where. And only 3 survived of these who tried to destroy the tree. 2 of them came to regret their actions, no longer wishing to complete its destruction. These 2, called the Pilgrim and Keleon, hid the shards of this weapon, its pieces, so that none could reforge it. But the 3rd who survived, this one called Rengalioth, he wished to complete his work. After he recovered from the battle, which took quite a while, he sought out followers created an order called the Seekers and tried to find the shards. These were eventually defeated by an elf named Charlemagne. And that is where they disappear from history. Until a few months ago, when mine and my niece's home village was destroyed by a new order of Seekers, trying to take for themselves the shard kept by our family. So that's where we find ourselves. We are burdened with the task of collecting these shards for ourselves, so that we may do away with them, once and for all, lest the Seekers obtain them and bring ruin to all things. And that is what we're saving the world from.
Doing away with what?
The pieces of this weapon.
You have been searching for these pieces of weapon,
We have two of them.
and you have not destroyed them now.
In order to destroy them, we need to have all of them. And we need to piece them together into one staff. And we need to lock it away in another place.
But to do that, we need the entire staff to lock it away. Use the powers of the staff to get rid of the staff. I use the stones to destroy the stones.
They're hidden away in the deep, dark places of the world. And that's where we find them. So we need to find the
You
rest.
are warring against storybook villains, and you think that you need a sort of the shield of the lake. Sure, I will fight with you.
That is what we think. We do need a shield of the lake.
Meet you.
These foes that we are against are not anything to be underestimated.
They're hanging from your face. Shield of meat. I'm shooting you.
I don't need shielded just yet, madam.
But perhaps soon. We don't know when we're going to find or be found by the one who pursues us, Ivan Fenyor, upon his wyvern.
Oh yes, he flies around on a wyvern.
Wyverns are powerful.
Yes.
Share some bread. Can I scour my knowledge of Charlotte Rochele's book to see if there's any like crossover stuff?
Yes.
Like anything that like
History check.
Raoulur was heard about or talked about in that book? Just like a quick flip through.
Yeah, history check.
Man, I have a -1 in history. 11.
I mean, you recall some passages about ancient orders,
Sure wish it was religion.
but the name Seekers doesn't ring a bell.
Big tree.
Yeah, no, I'd make a religion check. I've never rolled for a religion check before.
It fits because basically this
Yeah.
book is
It's your order, yeah. All right.
It's the Bible.
natural 1.
Aww.
Sad
It does not ring a bell.
paladin noises.
World tree just doesn't ring a bell. Right. So now you know at least. So we're heading to the Triumvirate to look for a lead on one of these. We know there are guilds of historians there, libraries, so that's why we're heading there. We don't actually have a lead on this. On this one. We found one on the Isle of Giants.
There's Isle of Giants.
Yes.
Aye.
Are they big people or?
Big things.
They were very, very large,
It's just an island.
being resembling people.
Beings that resembled people. They were not like humans that were big. They were
They were their own.
their own thing. They were giants.
Yes.
Which is interesting. And you went there and you fought with them to get their piece of shard.
No, not at all. They were actually very friendly and assisted us. I
would not want to fight them.
I would think that giants would be monstrous to fight.
Actually, they were very nice. But yeah, they probably would be monsters to fight.
Our foe, this is where we met Ivan Finyor, Mr. Wyvern Man. He leveled their city.
They were not so monstrous to fight them.
I believe eventually they pushed them out. But not before.
And there was another race of half giants.
Yes.
So many crazy things up there that we saw.
Is Beckett still wearing his verbal outfit?
Yeah, actually, he's got his cloak on. It's got this kind of purplish threaded to it. I gave me this.
Really took to them.
I did. I spent some wonderful times with them. While these ones were off in the dungeon, the Vaulted Age is where he found the shard.
Now that I think about it, there are a lot of similarities between giants and elves. Both very long-lived, generally very wise.
We're fierce.
Yes.
We have good food.
Maybe this is not the first time I've realized this, but Wareth is half-elf, so he's mixed, just like me. But I'm not mixed with two different species.
Yeah, you're mixed of. You're eighth human.
I'm half honky.
Well, thank you for accepting us all with such grace and poise.
Like you said, it's a good story. It seems enrapturing, and I am one for good stories. If you say you have proof, go ahead.
Well,
A lot of
I
people
suppose-
believe different things.
So we're downstairs in our bunks, right?
Yeah.
I pull out one of the shards.
out of the bag he withdraws this sort of almost like a pommel, but large.
Could,
Like an Arcana check.
could show her the picture of the royal tree. Look.
Why am I stupid?
7.
I think it's just so much information at once. Maybe you're just
No,
You are correct.
I'm rolling all of these things that I have 0 intelligence for. I have -1 intelligence. I
Yeah,
palm
it's-
this thing and it's like,
It seems, it seems special somehow, but you're not exactly even able to clock at his face seal right now. Oh,
Oh!
it's the stuff that
Brecken's
we're-
like, so you see, it's made of the same thing as your
Comet fell?
comet fell.
Why don't I remember that? I never remember things.
Comet fell with special sword, and if this was the same thing, then it is special.
We believe that Comet
But you
fell.
should just break it right now.
No! Not actually.
She's gonna do it.
I just leap at to catch it.
No!
Natural 1! No! Why am I not so bad?
And it clangs off well on the floor.
I want to roll to try to.
Dexterity check.
Okay. What is my plus?
You roll 3
18?
natural 1s in a row, you just die. Fitting
I would have been dead a long time ago.
Fitting end to this character.
18.
You just swipe.
No.
You should break it. No, it is dangerous thing.
If it's broken, it can be put back together. We have to use it to put it away so no one can ever reach it again.
You have more shards.
It's already broken.
You want shards? There are more shards there. Maybe that is all the shards you will need then. Just like the mint.
There are 5 shards already. There are 5 pieces that make this staff. We have. Here's the other one.
If you see in your books and you break it and then you have another shard, and the books all say 5 shards, then you have secret 6 shards. Put that in your back pocket.
But someone could figure that out eventually. Even if it's unlikely, it could be figured out. We want to leave no chance of anyone using this to hurt people again.
And that's the exact same reason we're not hiding them again.
Yes.
Because some of them were found. And if they were found before, they can be found again and again and again. So this is the last time. They will not be hidden again. They will be put together and locked away forever.
She's like, I can get you.
It all may sound like stories now, but there will come a
But you're not
day.
Ian.
There will come a day when it will produce terror in all of you.
You will not terror me.
Absolutely. I'm telling you that it will.
You guys want to take bets on when this is going to induce terror into this lady?
I'm immune to terror, to fright.
Are you into
Are you?
Fine then. I'm going to take bets on when this will be real to her.
You okay?
Sadie.
What did you do? Did you like hit
Sadie.
your head or something?
She kind of body slammed the wall a little bit.
Did you try to parkour off the wall like you do on the fridge and it didn't work out for
It
you?
looked like that's what she did, yes.
You're like, I didn't do nothing.
Alright.
No more than a month from now.
What are you saying? Well, we've got a few more weeks at sea still.
Oh, fine.
Well, I'm gonna get to bed. I've had quite enough of. Oh, dead kitty cat.
She loves it.
Mwah, wah, 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 wah.
She loves
I
it.
think we got a cat.
Mwah, wah, wah.
Yeah, I think we,
Last time we were.
once Stray got on board. It's alright, I'll keep the mice down.
Oh yeah, I took Savage Attacker.
What's that?
I took it for my first feat,
For your human feet?
for my human feat.
Oh, nice.
Once per turn, when I roll damage for a melee weapon attack, I can reroll the weapon's damage dice and use either total.
Ooh, that's good.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess I thought I was going to interfere, but
Well, I'm off to bed then. And Brecken goes to bed. Not long after many of the rest of the crew, Vissa, filter back down and go to bed. And there you are.
Absolute is getting up after the story and getting a drink.
Alright.
I go exercise.
You head back upstairs. You exercise. This is how many hours?
It takes lots to get me to the point of.
I believe this is like 8 hours here.
I'm not sure you realize how unorganized I am.
Yeah, I got it. 8 hours.
You have to make up for how organized I am.
Yes. I'll give her something to do. I should pause this recording. Alright, here it comes.
Alright. Absolutely. You head back upstairs. Most of the crew has gone to bed by this point. By the time you get back up there, getting more to drink. The night is cool, but you feel spring on the wind.
Spin the wind.
Who is Ickard? The dwarf who drinks. Ickard!
Yeah, I could hear you. You see him. You see a head pop up over there on the lying up against the other wall.
Oh, sorry, were you sleeping?
Oh no, just resting my eyes actually.
I was looking for a drinking partner, and you have the good stuff. So
I am the drinking partner.
you are a good drinking partner, I think, and so far there has only been served like the water.
Let's go back. I'll get you some of the good stuff again.
Jesus.
And he and you.
She loves it because she keeps coming back to bed.
Oh, kitty
So
cat.
tough.
Alright, hold on.
Then she runs away. And then she comes back.
One of these days, I want to come over with actual recording stuff and like record her going.
So you and Eckerd share a couple of glasses of his good stuff again. This time a whiskey from Arok. It is smoky as heck and strong.
I am going to have to, once I have money again, and we are off at port, I will have to help finish because I'm sorry. I drink so much more I have to in order to have anything. Otherwise, the common ale is legal. But I think I have explained this to you before. But I will help you replenish your stocks, Ickard.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
So Vitrasha, vodka drink you.
It's good to you. I would probably be hitting port before long. A week or two. I'm gonna have to resupply.
Well, you and I will go and we will look for. I will look for work and something to drum up. Some gold, and then I will spend it on more for these.
I like the sound of that.
Hopefully, whatever is local, because it seems that you seem to like local specialties.
Oh, you're on to me. You're on to me for there.
See, triumvirate. I was thinking that triumvirate was like one small place, but it turns out it is one big place of many places.
3 fairly big places, actually. Some of the biggest cities that there are, culture, and they have actually the best wine there.
We can find some good wine. Then.
Lots of vineyards in Trensia and Arthrey. Lots of vineyards.
We had a ceremonial wine back in my brotherhood. It was, I think that was my only introduction to wine. I am interested to try others. I don't know how much I like wine, but we will find some good.
You'll find out once we get to Avançon. That is just the wine city right there. Well, I'm gonna go off and get some sleep, eh?
Thank you, Ickard.
Pat, pat, pat.
Like on the side. And off goes Eckert.
Finish mine, I'm gonna be vigil for a couple hours, and then I'll go to sleep a little bit later.
During the night. Worth, in your sleep you hear a voice.
Goodness. What does the voice say?
It says,
A very wispy and seemingly disconnected from anything you could recognize as a human voice, but still there, making these words. It says to you, 2 weeks. Stop the ship at Athrendor. Come to Brick Point.
Why?
There you will find me. And that is all you hear.
it's always
2 weeks come to
always the rogue that gets an ethereal voice in their ear and goes, no!
2 weeks come to Breaker Point. And find me there, is what the voice says. And that leaves you. And it says Athrendor. Make a history check.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
8.
Athrendor is in Arach, but you don't know where. But you've heard of it. You wake in the morning. What do you do?
Mirwin,
Yes?
do you know where Athrendor is?
Yes, you instantly recognize the name.
Yes, I know where that is.
It is a town on the coast. It's a bit of a fortress.
If you're looking
for this one?
Oh, the map is not connected to this. Yeah.
On the map. It's right here.
It is right in front of us. Jesus.
we can put it back up on the wall. We can put it on the easel.
Yeah, let me put it over here. For right now. Oh yeah, I need something to problem set. Oh. It's like I'm not. Nope, the wall is gonna be.
The other one's by Carrie's tablet.
I brought a whole box of more things.
Thank you. My mom's gonna have a fit by how many times she does the exact same thing.
You know this place to be right about
Excuse me. You almost died.
There. Coast Lara, you guys are coming around here right now, so it'll take you.
So far out.
It'll take you almost exactly 2 weeks to get there. And by your reckoning. So, coast of Iraq, right there.
5 weeks?
2 weeks.
Okay.
So we won't be able to get there until too bad. Is everyone still there in the place?
Yeah, when you wake up, Brecken is down there. This has seemingly just awoken, is in a book. These other two doing whatever they do.
Why do you want to know where it is?
Good thing Bu's not here. His Hank meter would be going off the scale. So last night I received some sort of communication from someone. Informing us to meet them at, what was it called?
Athrendor.
Athrendor in 2 weeks. At a place called Brick Point?
Breaker Point.
Breaker Point.
Just voices in your head?
It was more than voices in my head, but for the most part, yes. It was communication through some sort of Fey essence. I asked them why, and they said, there you will find me.
Excellent. Brecken, any ideas?
Unquit.
Brecken's just kind of looking. So was not paying attention. Brecken just.
What are you doing? Don't eat chair debris. Why
Did
are you
you
eating just chair debris?
Recognize the voice?
It was a voice. No.
Is that a no?
That's a no.
Interesting.
It was barely recognizable as a voice.
So I bet I would have recognized it.
Maybe. Oh, kitty cat. Oh, look at that grumpy kitty cat. Grouchy kitty. I love her little angry face.
How dare you love me? That's like me when I get compliments.
I know you.
And when did you say?
this much?
2 weeks.
Can we get to Athrendor in 2 weeks?
I don't think so. It's going to take us at least 5, isn't it?
No, 2.
Oh, I thought you said 5
He
weeks.
said 2,
Did I
then he
say
said
5?
5 weeks.
Oh.
He said 5. Start us off.
Listen, I'm in absolute mode.
5,
I
2
heard,
is
I heard the
specific.
words 5 weeks behind me, and it was one of the tall, skinny white boys.
So it was me in 2 weeks.
Yes, we can make it in time if
That's-
we don't, come across.
You think you're shaming either one of us?
No, I just thought it was funny.
It'll be the new year and
Oh, when was it?
it's the 26th, so you're ready.
Well, there's the whole last week of the month, though. 35 days.
What?
This month, there are 35 days. Last week is the Adretati Festival. It is.
I did know that.
You're into that.
Mirwin knew that, but I didn't know that.
It's true. Since all the rest of the months are 30 days, the last one has this extra short week at the end of it. The festival will compensate for the rest of it.
I should probably look at that calendar and think, oh, I might need you to send me the link again.
Can we'll do that, yes.
I forgot.
I added more holidays to it too. Alright. Well, I think we can get there on time then. I'll talk to Clara about it. We should probably do that, in fact.
Probably.
Breaker Point. Athrendor. Interesting.
What if this is a trap?
I mean, we have to assume that it's a trap, right?
Yes.
We have 2 weeks to think of what we should do if it's a trap.
Have you heard of voice like this in your head before?
I haven't.
Yes, you have. Both of you have. It was not exactly like this, though. It seemed to be... Make an insight check.
She puts a hand on Babylon's shoulder. If you strap, I will spring it and defeat it.
18.
it was definitely a different feeling entity. And it was more of a basic message. The other one was asking you to consider the Seeker's goals and was a more detailed, almost conversation. This was just a short message.
That was a long time ago.
But the last one was Ivan Vinor, in theory. Of course, as far as I was aware.
It was a voice, it was more of a corporeal voice than this one, but not one you recognized.
The last one was the last one Ivan Vinor. Do I know that for sure?
You don't know.
It could have, and it could have been the Izid, but I don't know.
You know it didn't sound like Ivan's voice.
Okay.
And
Either time?
in fact, it asked you to kill Ivan for him.
That's right.
It said kill Fenyor and be the arbiter of change of the future.
I don't remember what he said to me. I have it in my notes.
That's right.
They said the exact same thing to both of you.
Oh, did it?
Actually, yeah.
And I said, no.
And you both rejected it.
The only master of Wareth is Wareth.
Maybe all of this has been in our minds because they're trying to destroy our minds. So none of this has actually happened.
I really doubt we could have a shared experience like that.
Are we all just dreaming?
I mean, that is a matter for philosophers, not me. Really.
Well,
Absolutely would like to look around and see if she's just a figment of 4 dudes' imagination sitting around the table. 3.
You don't get that sense.
Like, no, I feel real.
You're like,
herpy derp.
I am not dreaming. Neither of you are.
See, Merwin, the monster lady says you're not dreaming.
She looks pretty credible at
They
the
have
moment.
not even done Mirrorwin yet. You are awake and so am I and so is he. Bracken,
Run,
Oh,
Bracken.
oh.
we are all awake and none of us are dreaming in the next.
All right, you've convinced me. You've shaken the existential questions out of me.
Is that what you need, Nick?
Perhaps.
I mean, perhaps.
A strong Oslokovian woman to shake the dread out of you. Yes, please.
Mariah, stool.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm going to go find Clara and speak to her about exactly where we're going.
I'm going to go find Graziella.
Door.
Alright, he leaves, and you head up there as well. Graziella is at the wheel.
Captain.
Good morning.
There's something on the wing.
It's out there.
We just watched that like a couple months ago, didn't we?
No.
It's like the best one ever. Anyway.
What? Buongiorno.
So we received new information last night. Or
What sort?
the sort of creepy voice in your head, in your dreams, Fey essence kind of sort of communication kind.
Well, I suppose that is to be expected in our kind of business.
Yes. I'm assuming this is a trap, but it said go to
Athrendor.
Athrendor.
Athrendor in Aroch.
Yes, Breaker Point. In 2 weeks.
You see her calculate in her head. That seems feasible.
And then it said you will find me there.
Fine. Oh.
That's all it said.
Shall we spring it?
I see no reason not to. I'm too curious.
We
Not
will
to
need to be ready.
Yes.
Right? Well, let us make preparations then. You see her point to already the two who are already speaking, Brecken and Clara. Up here. And in a moment, Brecken and Clara.
Benjamin.
It's B and I. In a moment, Brecken and Clara join you and Graziella up on the stern of the ship. So we're going to Athrendor.
Apparently.
I just told her about it. You told
As long
Graziella.
as Grazielia approves. Grazielia? Whatever.
Graziella.
As long as Captain Lady approves.
We are going to Arok.
We will probably need to supply around that time anyway, so not a bad coincidence.
I wouldn't say it.
What if there's a flying wyvern waiting for us, or another sea serpent?
Well, we shall hope there is not a sea serpent this time. We will try to be faster then. With the new sailcloth and other such things we have upgraded, perhaps we will be a bit faster this time. More swift in locating it.
Yes.
I don't think we are in dangerous waters. If we pass through any, we will make sure that we keep a close out. So 2 weeks then. Right, let us make speed then.
Alright.
So, as I do not have a lot of sessions to get you to Vincent, gonna do a little bit of fast travel,
Yay!
if that is palatable.
No, we have to do every
No,
every
for
single
God's
day
sake.
out to sea.
I like some days on the sea. It's fun. I like to think I'm a pirate. But not all.
Uh-oh.
Around the Horn of Chasm you go, passing Black Rock, through the Misty Strait. Down, you pass Bastard's Bay, nearing closer to Merlington than you have yet been.
I don't want to miss Bastard's Bay.
So about a week and a half in, you pass this point right here. Ah, Bastard's Bay! Says Graziella. The water is its particular color here.
Stop. Bastard's Bay.
Bastard's Bay. It's only a
Well,
couple
I have
of
seen it.
only a couple of days sailing this way will take you right back to your guild. You sure you don't want to get up now?
I'm very sure.
You're absolutely sure. I
Again,
kid, of course I would not let you off.
Scarlet might be there.
Scarlet's not at the front.
She was
Whatever.
It's not the information that I know. Or whoever this Scarlet is. Are you his young woman enamored you? Little boy?
I don't know what you speak. I'm
Scarlet!
capable of being enamored.
Words has it bad for Scarlet.
Who is Scarlet? You must tell.
A guild member.
She's just a guild member. They recruited us. Nothing more.
She saved me. When the Reuters, the Seekers were coming and chasing me, she saved me. And then Moritz came madly in love with her.
Then Scarlet is noble protector and friend of mine.
Yes, she is. You would like her, I think. She's at the front in Casman now, I think, with Beau.
You should go after this woman. She is very strong, obviously.
Yes, very strong. And yet somehow still feminine. Even though Nick plays it. You adorable little girl, Nick.
That's right, I am.
Yes.
So that's what's up, Bastards Bay.
Bunch of bastards.
Bunch of bastards.
Bastards.
You continue passing here. You lose about a day to rough weather. Nothing too bad. And a few days later, you pass this small peninsula here and into this little bay.
Never successfully been able to do that.
And you make it in exactly. You make it exactly 13 days. You have 1 day left until the deadline when you were supposed to go to Breaker Point.
I would like to say that I've been exercising every night.
How many hours is that?
1 hour, 13 days.
13.
Additional 13.
And since I learned my lesson last time about break days, whatever, bullcrap. It's not like that.
It's the start of New Dawn now.
Oh, so the Adrethati Festival passes in many of the realms. And aboard the ship, it's you blew a lot of party supplies on the funeral. There was a bit of merrymaking. Nothing too fancy.
What's the festival called?
Adrethati. AEDRETHATI. Celebrating the defeat of winter. And each day that passes feels warmer, more temperate, breezier, and that smell of new life is always on the wind as the month of New Dawn rises. What's the date? The third?
It'll be the 3rd of New Dawn.
3rd of New.
I don't know what day of the week that is because I haven't written that down.
Hello, my dear. All right.
I'll figure it out sometime.
The day dawns this day. It is very. It is cooler than should be seasonable, and the day is cold and gray. You begin to approach the coast, and there's a bit of mist in the air. We should be approaching now. The sea seems very still at this point. And as you draw near to the coast, out of the fog appears the form of a dwarven fort. Though it is a smaller coastal settlement, it feels no less imposing than a city like Athmindach or Crimehold. The very form of this fort is stout and hardy like the dwarves who built it. On each side of the docks, actually, here we have...
Athmindach was made by dwarves.
Athmindach is a dwarven city, yes.
Dwarves? Isn't that where my family ruled?
Oh, wait, no, that's right. Athmindach just has a dwarven name. It's not actually a dwarven made city, but it's got the name. Up. Athrendor.
They speak dwarven.
In the Discord.
Oh, the disco horde.
In the Disco Horde. As you'll see, it's a smaller settlement. Oh, why did it upload a low resolution map? I didn't want that rule. Is this higher resolution for you guys?
Haven't got there yet.
It's very, very
Why is it grainy?
grainy, yes.
I'm gonna unscrub that and try to get it.
Brr, brr.
Hold on. Where are you at?
I don't see anything.
I unsent it.
Unsend.
Alright, come on, I'm trying to... Okay, this should be... an ungrained version.
Much better.
Okay. So you see this this large fortress. On each side of the docks, the very last tower. The very last tower there, that, of the wall, is actually carved in the form of a statue of a kneeling dwarf with a shield. And you see on the top of their helmet is an immense ballista, double the size of those that the Larkspur has. And those aren't the only defenses. You observe the castle itself a bit further in. And you see on the top of its high gray stone wall, there's an array of 4 more of these huge ballista. So the site here is stern, but also beautiful. It has something of a mythical air about it. And even from here, you can see that the stonework surpasses most you have seen at all in places like Wolfgard or Caswin. Mirwin, the feeling here is warm and familiar. After so long away from home, the sight of a dwarven fort is like seeing family again. Well, there it is. I've not been to High Rock in a long time. How's it feel, Merwin?
Feels like being home.
Beautiful. Feeling anything, Wareth?
I don't know. Am I feeling things?
Make Arcana check. Yes.
Seven.
Not really.
Yeah, not really.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow. So,
I went since Fey Essence or whatever it's called.
yeah. What's the range on that?
I gotta find it again.
It's not huge.
It's not huge.
Oh yeah, we're still on the boat, aren't we?
You may be a mile off the coast.
Okay, I will wait till we're there then. Oh yeah, it's only 30 feet.
So you approach and dock. Around midday, although it's hard to tell because the sky is so slate gray and rainy. All right, you go on shore and do whatever you have to do. I guess that's tomorrow, so find somewhere to spend the night. And then we're splitting it up.
Hooray!
But we are going to resupply. Nikolai! Aga! And after you dock, Graziella goes on shore with Nikolai and Rhea to secure supplies. What do you do?
I go out into the city and look upon it.
Male cloak. This is Dwarven City, huh?
I think so.
Where is armor you promised?
Oh, yes. I go back down and bring out the armor.
You go and grab the undersized
I gave it to her.
armor and hand it over to Absolute. Shunk, shunk, shunk.
Shield goes in the back, sword goes through the thing of the shield, which I drew. I drew the sword and shield over here.
Cool.
And then holding the armor in pieces. I'm going to go find someone who can forge this bigger. If you would like to come, you can come.
Not really. Good luck.
I will come with you.
No, thank you.
I want to
There's
see
fun
my
here, brother.
fellow dwarven blacksmiths.
Have fun. I'll go my own way.
So as you head down the gangplank and onto the
Here, this one.
the busy docks, you see just many dozens of dwarves going about their business. Everyone, it's a bit of a shock. They're so short. It's just a whole city full of Merwins.
Shorter than me.
Oh, good God, she is huge.
You get several orcs.
It is true, I am very large. Hey, I am looking for, you, a small one that I like. Where is someone that can work with metal?
Have you been to Earthbender before?
Maybe?
It's entirely up to you.
Yes.
Either
On
way,
my way north.
you
I
have
stop there.
You have briefly been to Earthbender. You know that there is a smith in town, but you can't recall the name. But there's a smith.
I'm going to stop the closest dwarf and ask them where
It's
the
the one that I had already like lasered down.
You guys are all three kind of still near each other on the docks. Several dwarves, all kind of taking notice of you. One near to you, a female dwarf, some a bit older than you, starting to gray her hair. Looks at you. Hello there.
Where is the blacksmith in town?
Oh, you mean Vincic?
Yes.
Aye, Vincic Smith, he's over in the Trade Halls district. Not too far up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, so if you feel a tap on your leg, and you look down, and there's one dwarf that's way smaller than the rest. You figure it might be a child, and it goes, "How do you do, giant?"
Funny enough, I was dwarf that ate all vegetables. Just nothing but vegetables. Got so big.
And this little girl, this small dwarf,
Going to eat my vegetables, G?
you should.
They are good for you. They make you strong. And does like this with the armor. Makes you strong.
Mama, going to get so big.
Kid runs off.
This is I like your kind. I feel like I get along with them well. I don't want to sound insulting, but I feel like no, that would be very insulting. To say that I match their intellect, but that is incredibly insulting. I am sorry, I will not say things like that. No. And you are helping me anyway, so why am I saying mean things? Where is the smith?
So over in that area.
Are you coming with me? Thank you.
Where's
Right over there.
Mendeck again? Yeah, I'm gonna like that one next too. Right at the fork of that river.
Okay.
So it's near Aragbai is why it's got a the name. Yep, you guys are about right there. I'll let you too. Oh, that looks so good.
So that kind of like pattern
yeah,
is like blank metal, but then it's engraved in and then like painted in. And that pattern's on the shield and on the sword.
looks so good. I love it. All right.
And the top looks like words.
So as you enter and begin to walk through the town a bit, the whole place gets more and more impressive to you having been here before. The architecture is wonderful. The streets are beautifully paved and maintained. You often notice patterns worked into the paved stones as you traverse the town. You pass into the town square, into this larger area, and there is this large round fountain in the shape of a stag's head, and there are what appears to be illuminated stones in or around the base, just right in this glow. This
Does
fountain.
it get stick to die and turn into stone in fountain? Yeah.
It's not a carving, but a
Statue?
statue, yes.
That is statue. It means it was fabricated. Is what you mean. It's made by it's with hands. It looks so. It is like if stag was turned to stone. It looks It looks amazing.
They're very talented.
Yeah, obviously they are.
I want to go to the seediest part of town I can find.
You walk around for a while. There doesn't really seem to be a very seedy part. Like it's the sense you get from this place is that it's a very controlled area. Like it's you see a lot of guards around, but yet the presence is not unfriendly. It's just order is well maintained. It seems. You don't feel like there's much of an underbelly to it, really.
How disappointing.
And mostly it's due to its small size. There's not a whole lot to walk around.
Okay then, I want to find...
You do find an inn, though. In fact, that building, right where the two L's in trade halls is about the biggest inn you have ever seen. And you all see this as you walk into the...
Are we doing the thing where Worth is trying to sulk away, but we end up walking in the same direction?
Maybe.
Basically, at this point, yes. Your eyes naturally are drawn to this. There's a large sign that says the Stony Hearts Tavern and Inn. It looks almost more like a small fortress itself than an inn. The building is 3 stories tall. It features two step towers rising up at the front, a long peaked roof behind it, and some crenellations along the back and sides, and windows along the sides.
I prefer slink away, not skulk away.
You are obviously skulking.
But skullduggery.
That is a little bit, I don't see that being you.
It's just a funny word.
I did not get the impression that you are a pirate that does skullduggery. We've been walking together for like 60 feet now. Do you just want to come with us? You keep trying to like break the conversation and walk away, and then we just catch up with you.
I go inside the inn. I just turn around and go inside the inn.
He walks away and beelines toward the front of this inn. These two huge arched double doors. You walk in. And as intimidating as the inn is from the outside, it is equally as enchanting on the inside. Practically boiling with song and merriment and cheer. The interior
This is far too happy for me.
is composed of a huge feasting hall.
I believe.
With long tables, a longer hearth running down to the center in a sort of rectangle, and there's just fire all up and down there. Dozens of dwarves and others as well, some humans and halflings populate this place. The bar at the back is long and low, and it curves, and at least 10 dwarves rush about behind it, serving patrons, gathering food and drink. You see tables where there are cards and dice and arm wrestling dwarves. It's very lively.
I should have worn my unicorn cloak.
Or it turns around and goes to the ship.
No.
Unicorn
I mean, you've been sulking around. You obviously haven't been seen, right, Rogue?
Of course not. I go up to the bar.
A lot of activity up there. You squeeze between a couple smaller, a couple dwarves off to your side, and just kind of muscle in. The bar's low, so you like lean down just a little bit. One male dwarf, gray hair, looks up at you. Long beard.
Well, what can I get you? Evening.
I'll have a glass of wine, please.
Hey, wine. That's not what we do best here.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's like going to, somewhere that doesn't serve lobster and saying I love the lobster. You don't want to do it.
It's like going to a diner in Oklahoma and having...
Yeah, that's like it. It's like that.
Fine.
I'll get you an ale.
Sounds lovely.
House brewed, much bitter.
Calls for it. Big thick tankard. So that's not funny.
Silver piece, please. Silver piece.
He bends the coin with his teeth.
It's real, usually bending more to thick.
It's quite an establishment you have.
Study Hart. Great place. Threndor. Greatest city in the world.
Let's see. It's a lot more impressive than I would have imagined for a city of this size.
We do alright. We hate to go up the road, of course. Off into the mountains.
I see.
That's what Threndor was built for.
A lot of travel and trade goes through here.
It does indeed.
I see. Anything strange happened recently?
What's all strange, friend?
Anything out of the ordinary?
Weird stuff happens around this on every single night. Try to keep it that way.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, go arm wrestle someone. Go arm wrestle.
Oh, if Miro and Absolute were there to see that.
He slaps you on the arm and says,
You look like good luck.
Arm wrestling isn't quite my forte.
Go arm wrestle bullnuts over there.
How did you get that name?
I'll give you 50 gold if you beat him.
I'm sure he would.
Oh, you would?
And the shock of his life. And mine, for that matter. playing the dice. Let's see.
I got other people to serve now.
Yes. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, goodbye.
Runs off.
Anything strange happens?
You look over and you see this other dwarf, this blonde hair, and many ponytails. He's like,
Ah! Bullnuts wins again.
I am not going over there.
I find a dark corner.
what were you two doing after he left?
Continuing to the smithy, please.
Alright, you guys go up into the trade halls district, past this inn, and you go back down one of the streets, and in this this sort of courtyard-ish area where the word trade halls is, you see one of the shops on the far side there has this large open shop front. Inside there is several dwarfs. You hear the sound of hammers, smoke rising from the top. It's definitely the smithy. On the front there is a sign, and it just says Venzix Smithy.
If you want.
If you will. Just says Venzix Smithy.
And Zix. I have that written down wrong. This is place. No.
This is the place.
Can I see your banner?
It is Japanese. Eagle Debate Convention.
I like it.
It's a very nice book.
It's a zebra one. I like it.
Japanese. That's Japanese.
It is specific to Japan. It is nice. I'll walk up to him. Carrying the armor.
You walk up, and there is in the open storefront. There's a long low counter, counter of stone. Behind it, there's you see about 5 dwarves, assorted male and female, all doing their work behind the counter. One catches your eye, a red-bearded, gray-haired dwarf, hair pulled back, wearing a very dirty smith's apron, and he stretches, walks up to y'all.
Well, good evening, friends.
Oh, yeah.
Need something from us?
I was hoping you could at least give me estimate on some things that I would like done.
What sort of thing?
I have this.
Oh,
It does not fit.
that is dwarven steel.
Yeah.
Fine piece. You needed to make it fit for you.
That would be nice.
You're a very big one.
That is true. I tried to put it on, it would not fit me.
Picks it up, examines it.
Jordan's in a bit rough shape. I could resize this, but it would take a few hours and maybe a day.
That would be fine. I was expecting longer.
You can pay.
Well, that is. I would like to know.
A resize for
I would like to know how much.
a resize for 700 grams.
We can do that.
Requires
That is-
more
that is loads.
some of my own dwarven steel, which is
That is like so much.
easy enough to work with.
So? Not doing me any good sitting in my pocket.
I would be with it forever. I was expecting a small amount, and then if it was too much, we'd turn away and it would be fine. I would just throw a chance.
I'm sure that you'll pay me back by saving me at some point.
It will specifically save you a little bit and go through
I knew something like that was coming. I didn't crap like this the more.
I have additional thing to ask you.
Yes.
This is the Nazarene lock. It is without its hilt. Sorry, its sheath. I would
Oh, you
like
mean the
some
scabbard?
scabbard for it. I've been just holding it and carrying it around.
Well, that's no way to
It
make
is
sword.
so and like just setting it on things when I need to do hands. I would like a scabbard for it.
Yeah, I can do the scabbard. Get my friend to yes, I'll have that done by the morning as well. No additional charge, that's easy enough.
I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, yes, if there's anything else.
That is what I need, I believe. Do you do leather work as well, or is it or would that be
Sarah does that. Sarah does the leather pot, but it's all in house.
Thank you then.
No trouble. You too. Have a good night.
Thank you. Handle everything.
Thank you.
You like measurements?
Oh yes, sir.
You look for each other. Gets a little roll of leather, like tape. Takes you.
Your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
What's your name?
Merwin?
You want to hold this side of the tape and measure.
Okay.
You take Mirwin's
Sit on
measurements
the ground like
with
this.
some effort. You get Absolute's measurements with a bit of effort.
Okay, got it. Now have a nice night. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Sorry, I was distracted.
He walks back on in. And your girl's trip is a success. Girl's trip to buy armor.
Wow.
We're going shopping.
Buying plate armor.
And Worth tried to go get a free drink from a bar.
I went shopping in both plate armor and the helmet. I'm trying to do Velgar, and it's like the same thing.
It's working. I can
It was
tell.
not working very well.
I can tell what you're doing though, so I'm in good enough.
You'll not try.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Yes.
Alright. So what do you guys do after you leave the smithy?
So we're spoken to big inn, yeah? You think we go find drinks and maybe work for? I need to start.
Yeah, let's go. I
Or
can use a drink.
or are we just resting up?
What time of day is it?
It's evening now.
Evening.
We'll go get drinks and find our sweet baby boy.
Sweet baby.
Sweet baby. Sweet baby Worth. Sweet baby.
I need what's his name, Archean now. I can be bigger than they are.
Oh man, I love just like constantly emasculating words. It's so good. You guys are like little brother bullying, but this is a different kind of bullying.
Oh my god. Alright.
You want to do a bathroom break real quick?
Yes, let's do bathroom break.
Because I want to get a drink. Absolute Mirwin Ninja's bar. Quick recap. Absolute made friends with dwarves, then challenged Polnuts to an arm wrestling contest. We are recapped.
Alright. So. You approach Bullnuts. This is a scale of arm wrestling.
Oh.
And how arm wrestling works is you choose a side. It's a blue or a black. This is just used as a token. Blue or black. Oh, man. And then there are die rolls just to determine how far you get in either way, and in either side. This is the tracking token. When the tracking token is the top, you and your opponent roll a d20 and add your strength modifiers. The winner moves their tracking token into the next zone. In the second zone, you roll a d8 plus strength modifiers, and you get a +1 if it's on your side. Moving that way and that way. When it moves into the third zone, you go to d6 plus the strength modifier, and whoever gets it to 3 victories wins.
Cool.
So-
I like it.
D20.
d20, d8, d6.
D8, D6.
Okay. So you approach Bullnuts.
We are wrestling.
We wrestle
We are
arms.
wrestling. Oh, I was gearing myself up to tackle you, but we will wrestle arms. Da.
Oh, no, no time. So, you see, we lock arms like this.
Da.
And we push like that, or like that. And whoever slams the other one's fist down first wins.
So I'm going
By
like
going
to
that
you.
way, just like that.
Da.
Da.
And I will get money for drinks if I do this.
Yeah, what's your bet?
Oh. What do you want?
I'll bet you 20 gold. I'll take you down, big lady.
Da.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Blue or black?
Black. Blue. I'm going.
I'll be black.
I want to say to the person next to me, 20 crowns on the big girl. I bet you 20 crowns the girl wins.
She's big, but you think she's gonna be Bullnuts?
Oh yes, I've seen her in action. She is quite a monster.
I'll take that bet.
D20. What's your strength modifier?
20.
21.
That's with the strength modifier?
Yeah. 18 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Bang over onto black. D8.
He gets on you a little bit, this thick arm.
You're a strong black. 6.
11.
What? With the D8? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he's got a +4 modifier and an extra for being on black. Or sorry, no, he's black. He pushes into blue territory. He's pushing you over. Yeah. Oh, and that moves another. Last one is the D6.
Oh, 6.
6 on ties. You go again.
6.
11.
No!
And he slams down this lift.
Oh, Bullnuts wins again.
You're a very strong one.
I am. Pat, pat, pat.
They will get your money. What if?
Or if you lose your money. The one beside you is like,
Nobody takes Bullnuts. And you.
They will pay you back for it. You're the one with the money, though. Because we just spent all of Mirvin's money.
Oh, for God's sakes. Fine.
I need 20.
Merwin wants to do a double or nothing.
Oh!
Or are you like catching? Are you catching Absolute as she like gets up? Or are you going after?
I'm going.
I gotcha.
all right, you sit down across this small table from Bullnuts.
Who's next to challenge Bullnuts? You, lady. Alright. Let's go, let's go. Blue or black?
Black.
How do you do? How do we go?
D20. Yeah. Where did my dice go?
It's by Mirvin's foot. It's by the post where you cannot see it.
Oh, there it is.
I lean over to the person next to me. 40.
Right, roll.
10.
9.
Oh.
You get. He's strong, but you push. Is he black? He's black, right?
I'm black.
Okay. You push into Blue's territory.
Branching his arm over just a little bit.
And then, what?
D8.
Uh, 6.
11.
6 plus the 1, right?
You get an extra 1. So,
Oh, then 7.
But
That's
yeah,
still
so,
not.
okay, so he
goes back to me.
pushes you back to the middle. D20 again.
$12.
9. It's a struggle. You push him back on his side just a little bit further. Back to another D8.
11.
6.
Oh.
You're aging him over. Almost.
You gonna D6?
Yep.
7.
8.
Oh!
One more back. He makes just a little bit of progress on your arm. D8.
5.
8. Back to the middle. You are deadlocked at this point. 20.
17.
14. But every time he makes progress, you wrench his arm back over. D8.
10.
8. Oh. You got all the ropes.
Here one,
D6.
D6, stubby little mountain troll.
7.
5. You win. You slam down.
Worth jumps up and goes, woo! That's my stubby little mountain dwarf.
Oh. Oh, my arm. Good game.
You just said I keep the money after all. She said that or nothing, so.
Who else wants to challenge? Bullnuts? Alright, fair enough.
Do I get money from the person next to that?
He agreed to go double one up as well.
And then I'll give it to Absolute here.
I will only take the 20 back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I had 40 or 80 or 40.
Your original bet was 20.
And then you double or nothing, which would then net you 40.
Very paid him, so I'll just. Okay, yeah. Yeah, net 40.
Net 40. He pays you.
Did anyone see
anyone beat Bullnuts? What are you gonna do?
The Red Bane Guild. It's nothing to be trifled with.
Oh, your guild.
Yes.
Oh, that's what would explain the patch.
Yeah, I forget I have it on.
You're not single?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, whatever, useless.
That's the scary thought.
Walks away.
Alright. You are very strong, Bullnuts.
Thank you.
I will use the money that my friend won to buy a round for me, and maybe you if you're good.
Hey, we had a fun lunch.
We did have fun. I have to try the ale first to see if it is good.
Aye, do indeed.
Barman.
You know the bar, very sharp bar to you. A quest type bar.
Strong stuff.
Strong stuff, yes. Whiskey, nice and strong. 2 gold.
2 gold. That.
From beneath the bar, it produces a dark glass bottle. It's sealed with blue wax. That's the good stuff.
Thank you.
Aye.
I did not think less. It just breaks off the wax. Head back with it, or the actually.
Oh, you got your line.
That.
Did you beat Bullnuts or did Mirren beat Bullnuts?
Mirren did. I thought I hit it because, you know, yeah, I thought I did. Maybe that was cookie. So,
Got mass. Muscle mash. Lots of it.
I think you made his arm tired, then like it
Maybe.
beat him.
it seemed like he was struggling a bit more. I softened him up. The first time is just like, it went like this. It's not something that is hit with.
Well done, Mirren. Beat Bullnuts. Really impressed. Alright. Well, I'm gonna be off to bed soon. Because I'm getting old, I used to party just all day long. One time at sea. Aged me up. So, I heard about this happening tomorrow.
He kind of gets up and draws you to the side.
Yeah, have you a plan for it?
Everyone's don't know if you're looking at me because I have no idea even what we are here for.
Well, you know about the voices in the sea. They told us to come here, so we did.
What are we supposed to do now?
wait to be attacked and then defend ourselves?
Well, we are going towards the breaker point.
Yes.
But not the town of the along the coast.
Yes.
You want some company?
Of course.
Well, we'll bring a few of us, you know. Wait off, like, in some trees or something. In case there's an ambush, we ambush. We do a double ambush. That's what we'll do, a double ambush.
That sounds good. Maybe bring one or two of those Uber O's with us.
Dear Baboon, I will talk to Valdemar.
Bring Valdemar. You would like to fight with him, I think.
I'll get Valdemar. In the morning, we'll meet you outside the tavern.
Half down the whiskey and then slide it across the necker.
Ah! I'll have to reach that, Spanky.
It is yours for sharing with me. And I will acquire more.
Oh, that's fantastic stuff.
She's adorable.
She is.
The tavern clears out
God's
after a
perfect
while.
little killing queen.
Not completely, but many still sitting around to have a fine time. But some filter out. Head up to their rooms. The crew mostly get to their rooms and heads up there. Oh, the room will cost you 2 silver for a room for the 3 of you, unless you get separate rooms.
Oh,
I would like separate rooms, however. I'm worried this is all just a ruse to catch us off guard, and that nothing will happen at Breaker Point. So perhaps we should share a room tonight and take watches.
You wish to share a room? You
Yes.
will watch. Da?
Okay. Mirwin.
Sure, whatever.
I only have gold pieces.
It's fine. I'll take care of it.
Da.
Alright, so you pay the bartender. So that's your key.
3rd floor, he says.
And you head up there. The room you find is quite nice. Actually, it's got a bed that has more of an actual feather mattress on it. Much different to the straw pallet beds you're used to sleeping on in most of the inns you've been in. There's a nice bureau across from it, well carved from reddish wood, and a window from which you can see the curtain wall of the large fortress in town. And there you arrive. What do you do?
I searched the room for creepy things.
Investigation check.
Yeah, hold on. Why do I still have
19.
19. You don't find anything nefarious. It looks like somebody left behind a small, cheap necklace in the corner of the room. Just a bit of tin. There's nothing really else that's very interesting going on there.
Toss it to Mirwin. Here, give this to the girl. Maybe she'll like it.
the girl?
Vissa.
You mean Vissa?
Yeah.
You mean that girl that has been with us for like 6 months now?
Yeah, that's the one. See, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
He's being extra cold because he's hurt for some reason. Emotions, I think.
Yes.
Yes, my emotions, they just run me.
Yes, we've noticed.
Shit.
Worth goes to the corner and cries.
No, I don't cry. I just camp out. So I'm just here to watch the room. It's a good vantage point. I find a good vantage point to watch.
You crawl up on top of a cabinet?
You sit down in the corner from which you can see the window and the door.
I need a vantage point!
Also, the cat we keep thinking we see is actually Worth.
It's worth it. He's like,
His.
I look out the window too. I want to see what sort of view there is.
Perception check.
Which one?
Perception.
Natural 20. Good God.
From there,
I have a plus 10 to that now.
Yes, you
30.
are very skilled in lots of things now. From there, you have a view in this. You're kind of on the front side of it, where in 3 floors up on the tower side. And from here, you can see the gate to the large portcullis that leads into the actual Cardinal Keep. There's, you see the wall, you see the 4 huge ballista that point out at the bay. Still don't see anything strange at all. Nothing menacing. No one's watching you.
What floor are we on?
3rd floor.
Now I want to use Sense Fey Essence or whatever it's called. Do I roll for that or just...
It's just a. It's just an effect. You get sense. You get senses off of the shards. Your pin in your helm. Norman's rune. Absoluth's shard or whatever, the Absoluth's necklace pendant.
Cometfell.
Nothing else.
It's a good name.
Anywhere nearby. Cometfell's a fantastic name. Nothing else nearby.
Very well. How are we separating the watches? I can go first, I suppose.
Whatever.
I am not. I think a whole bottle of that whiskey would have done me well. Did not quite get. I only had half, so I am fine. I can sleep now.
Okay. I'll take first watch.
Wake me up when you need me. Sorry, Graham.
Okay, what's his name? Whatever. Halo guy.
Wake me up
Mr. Chief.
before you go.
Wake me up before you go. Alright, make a perception check. 23. You hear the sound of what seems to be a drunken chorus of dwarves outside at some point during the first hour. They go by singing merry shanties. That's about it though.
Okay.
And your watch ends.
I wake Absinthe over here.
Grab sword. We are fighting.
Not yet. It's your turn for a watch.
Wisdom. I slept very good, if you must know.
I mustn't. I go to bed, but before I go to bed, I meditate on my pin.
Absolute kind of apples at you. The whiskey was very good, Warwick.
Completely.
Make an arcana check.
Very, very strong flavor of what would they call it?
24.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. Alright, Absolute, during your watch, make a perception check.
The worst she could possibly do without having a natural 1. 6.
6. You don't hear a whole lot. The night is clear and the moon shines through the window a bit, but there's nothing really going outside. All that's inside is these two sleeping. And your watch ends.
You put one finger on your squealing lips. Oh, that is worse.
It's just a little bit of wind coming from his.
I rip a piece of the bed sheet and drape it across his face. Bibbing is fun to play with.
Alright, you're on your watch comes to an end. Uneventfully.
You strong boulder. It is time for
Strong
you.
boulder.
It is time for you to watch. And for me to get the rest of sleep.
Has anything interesting happened?
Orith made a very strange noise.
He does that.
Like extremely old.
Is he awake? He makes a strange noise when he's awake too.
I have heard, yeah. Like, I go inside Kirby. Is one very certain word that sounds that I have heard him. Or the little noise that he makes when he's like, his pride is hurt and he goes, "Huff." and like walks in the other direction. He makes these strange noises.
Is that why there's a pillow on his face?
It was getting shrill at one point.
No, that pigeon tried to choke me.
I thought like down from bird would it stop noise. It kind of muffled the shrillness. Thankfully that trailed off about half an hour ago. You must have like been with him a long time in travel because you did not seem to notice. You had some good strong like bear noises that you were doing.
Very manly.
Very strong.
I knock glasses off the shelf sometimes.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. Well, anyways,
Go back to sleep.
bah.
Alright, and Mirwin for your watch. Roll perception.
17.
That chorus of drunken dwarves comes back. You hear him the first time, so it's hearing you for the first time that they seem to be wandering around the town and just
Do I know the songs that they're singing?
making
You know the drinking songs they sing. Turned upside down.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, it's a classic dwarven shanty.
I start singing under my breath.
It feels good to be home.
Heidi.
It feels nice to be home, singing the old songs again.
Taking watch was completely waste of time, wasn't it?
Yeah, you don't know that.
I don't know. Maybe the big bad thing happened during Absalom's 2 that she rolled.
Wow.
And when you wake up.
Uh-oh. There was dice roll.
You awake to a
It might mean something, it might not.
a day of half clouded with the sun shimmers a little bit through the silvery clouds, and it looks like there's a little bit of rain coming outside. But you all awake.
There's a kraken over here.
There is indeed. What do you do?
We are to go to this place. Should we check on armor and things before? See if it was done last night or if it will take another day.
Yes, you do that.
Well,
But first, breakfast.
We're going to go downstairs and try to eavesdrop on people's conversations.
I need some home-cooked dwarven food.
Right, back downstairs you go. And again, it is just it is bouncing at this time of the morning. The smells of home-cooked breakfast fill your nose. And you order. I sit down. You are joined momentarily by Bracken and Vissa. All sleep well?
Yes,
That room is very comfortable.
it is. And no one tried to kill us.
Oh, that is good. Very ideal.
what if he's the paranoid one? He made us take watches last night.
Who told you I was paranoid?
Inside your locked room.
It was like he barred the windows and like put a chair up behind the door and like got up
Only
on the top of the
precaution.
cabinet and like soaked with his cloak wrapped around him like this and said, "We'll take watches."
Well, it's not like we've never taken watch from an Indian room before. We've done that.
It's just you.
My God. Things I never thought I would hear Zavorth Weltsin Erlan say. I miss Bew. I'm gonna write it down. He said today at this time in the morning, and I'm gonna show this to Bew. Then tell them that you said that.
I'll deny it. You just wrote it down.
I
Randomly.
miss Bew, the love of my life. All right, excellent. fantastic. On the 4th of New Dawn.
You had mentioned this before. It was you like in love triangle with you and Scarlet?
It's funny that you asked that because yes.
You couldn't even spell triangle.
You could probably spell it, you just couldn't write it down.
This is giggling her head off. Loves this.
You don't need to have to spell those words in order to be in love triangle with, whoever. I loved, well, he was teenage at the time, but he was dumb as a box of rocks. Dumb as they come, He could not recite anything of Raldur and did not care at all. And you'd ask him what happened yesterday. He completely blew it off. He did not know. It is fine to be stupid. It makes him even more lovable.
As much as I love Ricky Costa, I was wondering, who is Ralur? Ralur Roida?
Ralur Rael. Da.
Who is that?
Not to be, but who isn't Ralur Rael? He was a very strong man. In simplest terms, he was very strong man, and he commanded the discipline and the heroism and the what is the word that I am looking for? The valor and honor around him. Kind of
Groans, just
kind of ignores it. He was a good man in simplest terms. He lived his life doing good deeds for people, and as his name grew, so did his power, until finally he was such a strong man. He had everything that he needed. He was always full of valor. Enough.
just a little sigh from Brecken, and Bettis is like, huh?
Kind of like side eyes, Brecken.
He started your order? She Zodiliak?
I don't think he directly started order. I think he was just the basis of order, if I have it correct. He did write this book, though. He pulls out the.
Oh, I've seen that around.
Da.
You have it sometimes.
There is very little about how to run order in this book. It is very much more how to be holy, how to be proper in this book. Such a good read. Such good.
What's this guy's name?
Ralur Rael. Hold on, I'll spell it out for you. R-H-A-L-U-R R-H-I-L-E. Ralur Rael. He fought the bad, won the hearts of the good, had it all handed to him, was truly noble of Kazuin.
Brother Ed, please.
Seriously?
You're getting feedback from Vista. It seems like she might be warming up to the idea of you a little bit at least. Likes your stories for sure. Reckon though, make an insight check.
I have a good read on Brecken already. That wasn't so good, but I have a good read on what Brecken's. 10.
Yeah, you get a little bit of weird energy from him, and based on what you noticed about him before. Yeah.
You don't suppose that after so many years, people could be adding things to the stories, making him sound even better than he was?
Maybe.
Embellished?
Maybe. If it wasn't for this book written by him himself, who would I trust more than him himself in his own word?
literally
book-
anyone who could have seen him who could be objective.
I trust his word implicitly. It is in his book. Here it is.
So if I wrote a book about me, you would believe it implicitly?
The entire time without laughing.
I do not trust him. I trust Olu. He has gotten me through many things. He has taught me a way of life. He has given me the power to protect you. So I trust him. I have protected many people.
And just as that rings out, breakfast comes. And a very dark bowl of what was like bean stew with large mushrooms in it.
Nice.
Sides of large triangles of cheese, large cheese rolls. Very, very fragrant and very pungent along with the beer.
Pungent, like that part.
It is a hearty. It is a hearty morning meal.
Don't look at me like that.
Yes.
And you're just for you, it's like the scene in Ratatouille when he eats the thing and it's like flashback to childhood.
The thing? What thing?
When he eats the ratatouille
There you go.
and it's flashback to childhood.
And a tear streams down my face.
Oh, that's really good. Did you eat that a lot?
Yes,
Ah, that's really
that
good.
was something that my mother made.
Do I like it?
Aw.
I don't know. Still up to you.
I want to roll for it.
Okay, roll a Constitution check.
And I wipe away the tear and yeah, it's good.
10.
Try it.
Fine.
Okay.
Yep, this is food.
Has mushrooms in it.
Sure does.
Has mushrooms.
You do like you some fancy toe jam, don't you?
Was it served with ale? Hell yeah.
Everything's served with ale.
Pretty much. Dark ale, smoky cheese, hearty soup with beans and mushrooms.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
After like downing the last bit of ale and like slamming the tankard, you dwarves certainly not. That was a little bit of you. You dwarves certainly not. A breakfast. That was truly breakfast time.
After you eat,
Very heavy.
a hand claps you on the shoulder, and you see Eckhart behind you with like 6 or 7 more dwarves, and he says,
I found more of the cousins.
He's me! No.
"Yes, pretty much."
And he says, we're all going to come up there with you. Us, along with Valdemar and Marcus. We're going to go up there with you. We're going to wait and hide and be ready to jump out.
I stand up and go around the table to him and like clasp his hand and go, I would not have it any other way.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is going to be fun. Going to be great.
Hold on. I have to go see if Irma is ready.
Alright,
And then
definitely do that.
we go.
At least you didn't bring Ashes this time. We've almost killed him a couple of times.
Hey, Ash just needs a little bit of rest.
Ashes is my favorite boy. He's so good.
And a couple of the dwarves are like,
Say hi to Venjik for me.
I will. Some dwarves said hello.
so you leave, head back over Trendall District, and up to the counter where the one from last night sees you.
It is short because it is just the morning, but
Be good, early.
just checking out.
Well, just so happens I've got good news for you.
No.
You paid up front and handsomely, so I've got it ready for you.
That is excellent.
It was 700, right?
It was indeed.
We do have enough there.
Dwarven steel armor. Very fine craft. Very beautiful. And very good at resisting fire.
If only you had that.
You have made me so happy.
And ding 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 in your inventory. There's a fun little item.
That didn't take hardly anything.
Disadvantage at stealth.
It is half plate. Still imposes the same disadvantage at stealth that more normal half plate does, but
You don't need stealth when you're big.
does good other things.
Strong.
Imparts you resistance to fire damage.
That's
And
gonna
have-
come in handy.
and has a fun little effect. If an effect moves you against your will along the ground, you can use your reaction to reduce the distance you're moved by.
Oh.
So if something shoves you away, you can hunker down and get pushed less far.
Absolith is looking pretty invincible right now, you guys.
Yeah. So this armor, he helps you strap it on. It consists of breast and torso plate, shoulder pauldrons, gauntlets. Fine leather on the gauntlets.
You have done excellent work on this. Thank you.
I do will die.
In the scabbard.
Oh, hey, it's worse. Sarah!
A black scabbard with like a dark silver type of fittings on it. Hands it to you.
Ah, this is this dark dwarven steel is not
Dork steel.
dark steel. This dork steel. This dork steel is not quite what I had as a paladin. It is not the same colors. It will take some time for me to not look in the mirror and be afraid of my own imposing figure. But
She spoke fiction how beautiful it is.
it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think a little bit of wear will make this thing look so good.
I think it will.
Uh,
It looks good on you, if I may say so myself.
Thank you. Icard's cousins say hello.
Oh, you tell all of them hi for me. Ha ha.
I will.
Pat him on the belly. They'll know what it means.
That's a little forward, don't you think?
No, it's good. It's funny. It's a joke.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Ooh, 18.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. It's very funny. At least he thinks it's very funny.
I'm not being like set up or something.
Nope.
As far as you know.
I'll strap on the scabbard, sheath the Mazarin look.
Oh, I wouldn't want to fight you.
I wouldn't want to fight me either. Which is a bad thing for the people we might be fighting today.
Are you going to fight some people today?
It seems so.
Right.
Well, the shifty, dodgy shadow one had voices in head, said come here today, look for people in cave or something like that.
I don't know what any of that means.
You know, me neither. Me honestly neither.
We understand each other then.
Da. What I do know is that I have sword, I have armor, and I have shield. And I am going to go there and protect him from dying.
Well, that's what my handiwork is good at doing.
Shake his hand.
You
Thank you. Appreciate it, honest.
have a good one.
We're going to.
And you return to the tavern. You observe Absolith come back after about 10-15 minutes, bedecked in this huge, intimidating, beautiful dwarven plate.
You hear her first.
You hear a noise coming from down the road.
The chain, because I can't wear the chain at the same time. We will find Veldemar and we will give the chain shards back to him.
If you were wearing plate, you would usually wear chain under it. And the gamson. Gamson, chain, plate.
Of course you would know
You
that.
can't really stack it in D&D, of course.
I was gonna say it doesn't work that way.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
Actually,
Actually.
well, it's going to return to Veldemar. Since we will see him today. Da.
I'm glad you're on our side.
It is almost evil looking, is it not?
It's very intimidating.
Oh, that looks good.
I will have to maybe carve like smiley faces in the children to know that I am here to protect.
Positively demonic.
No, I don't know. We are not that. We fight them.
But if you leave it the way it is, it will scare off the bad guys.
Or it'll attract them because they think she's one of their own.
And then I can steal them in beer.
That would be very sneaky of you. Not very honorable.
They are the bad guys. You kill them, and it's like with one extra step of trickery, it is not a bad thing.
She's been around you too long, Worth. Already.
I have that
You are right. I will have to pray to Ralor about this. Take that book and mock praise. Closes the book. So, okay, let's go. Whatever we are doing.
All right.
All right. You leave. Outside, you run into Valdemar and Marquez.
We are going to break a point to be ambushed. Ambushes? Is it?
What's the idea?
Yeah, sehr gut. Well, we follow you then.
Okay.
Do you know where this place is we going to?
Absolutely. I made sure to look it up ahead of time.
Breaker Point, said Record's cousins.
Of course.
Several hours ride to the north of town, along the coast. We'll have to go off the road for about an hour. Ride up into the Highland Part, and then onto the Rocky Cliffs. Breaker Point.
Good thing we are setting off so early.
Very good. Let's get our mounts, boys.
Eckhart, thank you for the directions. Your cousin says hello. That's my belly.
He did the thing.
They all burst out laughing. You have no idea what it means, but they seem to find it funny.
We are but a joke. Let's go.
I'll get you your horses from the boat. We'll get out from the stable over there.
Okay.
They head over to the
I
station.
should have taken some speed today. Hold on. Can I manage? Oh no, I don't want to no, I'm not gonna do that. It's a full spell to do. I have summon steed, and I can just
Produce a horse.
make a horse appear. But it would get me if we're doing like an actual fight.
Still have 3 horses, right? You didn't get Goro.
No.
All right,
I didn't
so
kill
you
the horse
return
with
to
no
the
name.
Larkspur, bring up Tinkerbell, Comet, and the third one that you never named. Which now kind of goes to you.
You can have this horse now.
But is good horse.
It doesn't have a name.
You have 3 horses and only 2 names?
Yes, because B was a moron. He never named the horse.
We will not name horse.
I just said.
You are cutting this beautiful figure quite into a shape. It's not a good shape. And yet you miss him.
Yes. Odd that, isn't it? Let's go.
I will think of name for a pony.
All right. You meet up with the rest of your party, all on their horses as well, in the town square. And his cousins, their group.
We can lead the way. Yeah, you just follow us. Once we get off the road, you 3 can go ahead of us, and we'll direct you. And then, when we get about to Breaker Point, we'll get off first. Cycle around into the trees, and wait for you there. If we see anything attack you, we'll be on them faster than I can believe. Sound good?
Sounds awesome.
Very good, yes. Let's go!
And off you ride into the cool morning. It is still raining, just light rain. The clouds have thickened overhead now, very gray, almost stormy,
Thick clouds. 2 C's.
thick with 3 C's.
Three C's?
You ride up the road,
That's dumb.
out of the town,
We said we weren't.
out of the rear gate. You ride around, around the keep, through the narrow streets of the back town, and the road. Or I'm sorry, back down through the Ivy Chapel. This means. And this road, it rises up quite quickly into a rocky area as the mountains begin to rise quickly up into the west in Arok proper. And this road, as it rises, you ride for about 3 hours until it begins to veer off further inland. And the dwarves indicate. Ekron says, "This is the spot. Pull up here." And they close in on you with their horses. One of his cousins. All right, you three take the lead here. About 2 more hours, hour and a half. You'll come to a large, tooth-like precipice. That's Breaker's Point. There's a tree there. It's very beautiful. A lot of times it's used for a lookout to have picnics at the sea or whatnot, but maybe today I choose for an ambush. Yeah, so you all went there. And there's some trees nearby, yeah? Ah, there is. And you know what to do then?
Just make sure you guys don't get ambushed before we ambush their ambush.
We will part a good half hour first, before. These guys are good. They know the land, so we'll be out of sight. But you will see. You will not see us. But no one will see us because we will be waiting in ambush.
Very good. Good luck to us all.
Yeah.
All right, off the road you go into a grassy highland type of area. Where the long grasses here just will brush and blow in the wind. And about a little more than an hour passes. And so you see rising up on the cliff's edge this huge, almost dragon's tooth-like stone precipice. And up out of it rises this twisted tree with its bare branches gnarling toward the sky. You don't see anything else there.
As we approach, I am going to open a book, pull out the tome, open a book, pull out a bookmark made out of a white strip of white cloth. I'm going to read a passage that has been marked with it, and then I'm going to touch each of my allies and myself and cast Aid.
Ah, right.
We never told each other about the other voices in our heads before, did we?
I don't think you did. Haven't you ever spoken to it?
We each have 5 extra temporary hit points
Alright, mark it down.
Smexy.
for 8 hours.
Except for because it wasn't the Gelzebeck, wasn't that mentioned in?
It was mentioned in the. That's where you first chose the name.
So we all knew the name, but we never talked about the conversations.
You never revisited the conversation of how you all knew it.
How we all knew it. Okay.
All right, as you approach Breaker Point, you dismount and leave your horses a couple hundred feet back. The rain seems to dry up just a little bit as you approach this massive point of stone and its gnarled tree. And you stand. Nothing seems to happen. But as you look off into the sea and up at this tree, you hear a faint sound, and thin wisps of mist curl about you. And you turn, and behind you there, you see the gray cloak and the drawn hood of the pilgrim. And he lowers his lantern, and bright light shines.
Does
Grabs the
Tinkerbell
sword.
disappear?
You look back and you see Tinkerbell and the killer in the same place.
Victory!
Only Bew was here to see and believe this.
That's alright, we have
It
a
would have been
paladin.
funny. Would have been funny if Tinkerbell disappeared and Worth just fell into the ground.
Well, well, well. We haven't seen you for some time.
Is this friend or foe?
We're not sure, but for the moment we think of him as friend.
This is one of the Eases.
This is it that you speak of.
The figure sets its lamp down.
And sneezes.
It's. Draws its hood back, and you see this figure like you've never seen before. This long, angular face, almost elvish, but more pale. Ah, man.
Look what you doing in there.
Oh, no, sorry, I did it.
Stop looking at me!
Apologize.
Swept back ears and sharp eyes. He says, one of you who is here was not last time, and one who was there last time is not here now.
Yes, View left us to take care of other personal matters. And we picked this one up.
I have been looking for you. Took me some time to reach you, which is why I had to come to you as a voice. Beckon you here. Prison is strange sometimes. I'm sure you understand.
Not even close. However, before you tell us whatever you drew us here to tell us, we've found evidence that there may be another Izid.
I know.
Really?
I have heard some of the things that Brecken has uncovered. Some of his revelations. Sometimes I can hear and not see, you see.
I see.
And I have spent time since we last parted in the Vaults of Ages, grieving for Keleon and thinking. I've pieced together some of the gaps in my knowledge as well, and now I believe I can offer you a complete perspective on what we are facing. You have been pondering the mystery of the Seekers. Who exactly they are, where they came from.
Yes.
You and I had been operating under the assumption that these Seekers are merely inspired by the Seekers of old. But it is more grave than that.
Of course it is.
This order and the Ancient One, they are one and the same. You see, the key to the mystery of the Seekers lies with Sholone, how she defeated the Seekers in ancient days. These things I have learned. Sholone confronted their order in battle. The fight raged, and she destroyed many, including their captains and the Seeker Lord, Liron Fenyor. But she soon found herself on the losing end. So with the last of her power, she wrested the shard away from the Seekers and banished them to a dimensional prison much like my own. Among these were my old friend Rengalioth himself, and Liron's brother, Ivan Fenyor.
How old is Ivan Fenyor then?
Many centuries.
How is that possible?
They, locked in a prison like my own, I do not age. Yet I have been here. But these ones, they found a way out of their prison. Wouldn't I was so fortunate. Perhaps.
Oh, that makes sense for that. Speaking out of character for a moment, because they were speaking of the wyvern,
The same wyvern.
the same wyvern.
It referred to the wyverns as brothers as well. Yes.
The same and like by name.
Exactly.
So the wyverns, it was like their whole army.
Liron and his wyvern Basrosh were destroyed.
Those are the captains that you found, those tombs. Yes. The rest of these who have been imprisoned have found their way out. Rengalioth, Fenyor, and their acolytes. They are the very self-same order of seekers indeed, returned now to finish their work.
Do you know where the other shards are?
I still do not know. If only I could break out of this prison as today.
Do you have any information on how they broke out?
I do not.
No way that we could help you escape?
I wish. Their prison was created by different means. Theirs was created intentionally by Shodanai, whereas mine, a freak accident created upon destruction of the stuff. I have no idea. I figure that it must be the differences between the inceptions of our prisons. That must be why they have escaped.
Do you have any idea where we could find more information about Sholane?
Shodanai. The Elven Master of Essence.
The what?
The Elven Master of Essence. The shard she took after the battle. She took the shard. She brought it back to her home in Iritha. She kept it. And the other she hid. The Seekers had 2 shards at that point, of course. I know not where she took the other, but I know that one she hid in Iritha. Through many centuries, she kept it. And her line descended, and her descendants kept it.
Mm-hmm.
On and on
Oh
it
my
went.
goodness.
On and on it went. Until, well, you have it in that bag there, don't you?
I believe we do.
She founded the place called Valon. And I believe that you travel with some that are her kin.
Why didn't we bring Brecken with us?
I thought it was an ambush.
We need to keep him alive.
Oh,
That, I believe, is the lineage.
So that is how
That is how you
Brecken's
came-
mother.
That is how Brecken's mother came to be in possession of that shard. Via Sholane herself.
Okay, then. And the Seekers now have, how many shards do they have?
I know not if they have any right now.
I took both of them.
I've been unable to find them. I believe they conceal themselves from me. I'm certain that Galioth knows of my existence. So, it is likely that I won't be able to find them if I try to.
Do you know how we can defeat them? Clearly brute force isn't going to work.
It is
in our
something
favor.
I must ponder. Even Sholane in all her might destroyed only half of them. And the rest, she used all her power to banish. It will be.
It would be nearly impossible. We will likely die.
I do not wish to sound hopeless, but Rengalioth is strong. He always has been. And he is certainly still single-minded on destroying the tree and bringing his notion of balance back to the world. And Fenyor is a beast.
Yes. Okay, Tina.
Seek powerful allies, is all that I can say.
What about the staff itself? How, once we complete the staff, assuming it lives that long, how do we reforge it?
Mortals can work face steel.
And
It
that
would
will,
simply have to be someone very skilled.
okay. And then what?
Well, then you must locate the wound tree.
Okay. What is it an actual tree? Or what we would perceive as a tree?
Yes, it is. It towers to the heavens. I would seek out legends about it. It is exceedingly difficult to approach. And I know not where it is,
Of course you don't.
despite the fact that it is the center of my prison. It is like, when I think of it in my mind, it is like a labyrinth. Hard to trace my path back to its center.
There's a weird man who wears tight pants. Yeah. It's David Bowie.
It's better.
Don't you see labyrinth?
I will go and do everything I can to find Ringalioth. Perhaps yet I may reach him and make him see reason. Though I fear that he will not listen.
Can you tell me anything about the monoliths?
We created them. I, Galeon, and Galioth, we were all part of the team. We synthesized this element you call face steel for our sciences. We did not know what it would do to Sirius. They were put in place to create something of a network across all the world. When our work was complete, it was going to be all-encompassing, so that even if you were not in close proximity to a monolith or any of the elements, you would still be able to harness the essence. But our work was never completed.
Could any of that be used in our favor? Using the network, what's left of it, to find Ivan Vinyar or whatever.
To locate or
Yes,
to defeat. Both.
either. Both. Or to locate the world tree.
Perhaps. Monoliths hold great power.
Yes, we found that out. It almost killed me.
You may need to seek out more. If you commune with them, they may unlock greater potential. They may destroy you. But you seem strong. And I know that you have interacted with 2 monoliths thus far. There are many more throughout the world.
How many more?
Even I know that I was but part of the team. And all the records are destroyed millennia ago.
Where are you from? Where are the Ezid from?
Well, they are from Ezeria. disappoint in the sky for you.
Is that the place with the 4 moons?
It does indeed. It does have those moons.
Did you crack the moon?
Not me, but
Did your
I
people
know those
crack
who
the
did.
moon?
you see, that is part of the reason we first came to Sirius. Because, well, it was further away from our home, less danger. Our first experiments were on our moon. But yeah, the one proved disastrous. Opened up a crack. Now a wide canyon. Wider than any other Syria. I don't know what life is like back there. After the easy returned. That's my home. I'll never see it again. Nor will I even know if life survives there. I would so dearly like to go back. Sorry, the solace seemed very strange to you. Talk about a world and such.
At this point, it's all expected.
I will see you again.
Goodbye.
He picks up the ledger. The mist shrouds his form. And it dissipates. He is gone.
Well, dang it.
I was so ready to fight, and it was just the mist man.
Yes.
Well, Valor smells honesty then. She might try to taste you with her teeth.
Won't be the first time. We need to get back and tell Brecken all of this.
What did we really learn? We have no more information now other than to look up, find more power, find the world tree.
And who the Seekers are and where they came from.
Yeah, the Seekers
It
are
was
the same.
Only
Yes.
one order of Seekers.
And Brecken is a descendant of Sholane.
But it doesn't tell us what to do next.
But if she was that powerful, maybe her descendants could be too.
Maybe Brecken or Visa have power within them to defeat the Seekers.
Yes.
You would. This is gonna just like ignite into this powerful sorceress lady and just dispel everyone.
I so bad want to say something, but James hasn't read your book yet.
Go ahead. No one's gonna read that thing.
I'm gonna read it one day.
Like Madeline.
Yes, it is like that sort of.
Or Madison.
Madeline.
It's just like
Ah.
Madeline.
I'm not gonna go overpower the NPC on you, but there's story there.
Of course there is.
So I gave absolutely a little bit too much leg there.
Leggy.
Yeah, the what's the word?
Girth?
Dimensions. Dimensions got a little away from me here.
Hmm.
So we'll just cut that off there. There's the good armor part, and then there's where I started to do legs. And it stopped being so good.
Well, now we have.
Hey, think about
Now
it.
Wars can teach Alyssa how to use face steel.
Oh, that's a scary thought.
Remember that first
I was gonna say
night?
we have
Oh my goodness.
That very first night
Damn it.
in the woods, and Vissa was playing, just like sitting there with that shard, and
I thought that was on the island.
On the island.
whatever. It was very early on, but yeah.
Okay then.
'Twas.
Oh, that looks good.
This is what I drew, but I have like dozens of images of armored women.
Whatever you're into, man. I get it.
So, there you are left
Strong weapons.
with more context.
Resident Evil girl.
With more context, but still with a feeling of trepidation of the future. And a bit more fear at the power of Rengalioth and Fenyor, these ancient seekers.
What was the other Fenyor's name? Ivan, and what was the other one?
Neron. He was the one that perished.
I have it in my notes. It's over in that other
Some of
book.
the very few, the only survivors escaped to. Oh, that's so cool.
This is one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites.
The only survivors of that battle escaped to the Seekers Monastery.
That's Monastery Island.
That was where the Seekers Monastery where you did all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I should have asked them if those jewels we found were.
Still got the jewels.
That's right. Couldn't get rid of them. What if they were keys? I must be able to go on my crown one day. I'm the king of the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they might still be keys to something. Campaign isn't over yet.
This is why I never get rid of anything that I find.
Is it a key here? No. Is it a key here? No. Is it a key here? No.
Okay, then I'll sell it. Hey, here's a key here.
You know that thing 5 dungeons ago?
Should've kept that.
Remember that time you found a bone in the Vault of Ages? You should have kept it.
Remember that vial of red liquid? Oh good, you kept it, but you don't remember you have it.
Yeah, I have a whole inventory of BU items that I hoped weren't plot relevant. He had actually nothing.
What
Because
do
you
you-
didn't
so-
like carrying stuff.
He didn't like hearing stuff.
He didn't. He hated it.
So there you three are after the just standing there after the pilgrim dissipates.
What do you do? Signal to the others.
It was magic men.
In a stand of trees, Valdemar comes out. He says, "I had not seen the pilgrim yet. Oh, that was cool."
Did you guys have heard of this man before?
Yeah, they told us about him. I didn't know if they were making it up or not, but wow, he was crazy.
Sheath sword. Throws the shield
He
back.
tells them things. Ancient being.
This is the sort of thing we're dealing with now.
It seems that the mist man that appears through mist and speaks of legend lore had things to say. And exists.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, he does exist. They're not crazy.
But
Well,
Not about that. Other things, perhaps. Well, let's get back to town.
Yes, we need to get back.
I mean, it is beautiful. We can still have picnic like Dorf said.
no. Let's go.
They brought food to eat. It's like travel on.
True. We did travel a long way. What, like
What time
4
of day
hours?
is it?
Should be about finish.
A little bit afternoon.
Well, let's.
If you don't want to, it's fine.
We can eat on the way so we can get back before nightfall.
We'll stick in that. We will travel back and I will enjoy the view now that I am not worried about the fate.
Oh, we can still be ambushed on the way. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean people aren't after me.
Do you think the Seekers know that Visa and Brecken are related to Shalini?
I think it's a good possibility at this point. They were chasing Vista specifically. We wondered if it was just because she had the shard, but maybe they put together why she had the shard. And they didn't ask for
Is that
the,
thunder?
they didn't they didn't ask for the shard when they came to the guild. They asked for the girl. Multiple times.
Here, I am going to enjoy view. You keep watch. I touch you
and I cast Enhance Ability. Owl's Wisdom gives you advantage on wisdom checks. And I'm going to sit on the horse and enjoy the view and particularly not pay attention to ambushes. And your eyes are going to go like this, and you're going to be able to see everything.
Nice.
Can his head turn 360?
Your mind feels so sharp all of a sudden. Alright, you ride back toward town. On the way back to a friend door. Make a perception check.
You make it back, but just retroactively.
Do I have advantage on these?
Advantage on any wisdom check for an hour.
27.
During your first hour, yeah, geez. I mean, there's nothing crazy or
You
world-ending
see
going on.
2 squirrels about a mile away having an argument about a nut.
Basically, among other animal-related things. And there's a little bit of thunder from quite far up. You feel like it might storm later on.
God was laughing.
I was laughing.
And Absolute enjoys the scenery.
It's beautiful. It is just it's a gorgeous landscape here. All right, you get back to Threndor and back to the town square where you all dismount. The dwarves talk amongst themselves about how interesting all that stuff was. And you dismount.
And thank the dwarves for helping us.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, I've never seen a pilgrim either. I can't believe it. I'm gonna brag to everybody.
Alright. Goodbye. We'll head back to the ship.
Alright, I'm gonna see my cousins back home and I'll be on the Larkspur by evening. I imagine Graziella want to leave.
Leaving tonight?
Probably in the morning, but we will inform Graziella of what happened.
Yeah, maybe we'll work with you while you do that.
A few hours have passed, so it was early evening. And you get back to the Larkspur. Graziella and Nikolai finishing loading some supplies on board that they purchased on at Lux. Replenished food, water, and such. And there they are, and they see you approaching. So what did you learn? Did you not get ambushed?
We did not get ambushed. It was not crazy wyvern man. It was the pilgrim.
Pilgrim,
Yes.
Nikolai. You have not seen him in a while.
No, I was starting to wonder if he was still around. He gave us some more information. He told us that Ivan Finior, the crazy wyvern man, is indeed centuries old, and that he and the other seekers had been imprisoned.
Imprisoned away.
In another dimension or something.
Something fantastical and beyond our comprehension. But they figured out how to get out, and now they're trying to continue their original mission to find the shards, unite them, and same thing we did before.
So, no good news, but... Yeah, no good news.
We know that after we find the shards, we need to find the world tree, and that is an actual tree, or at least something we'll perceive as a tree.
I've heard legends of World Tree before.
And we'll need to look for elements of truth in those legends, and I imagine Brecken will have a lot of work ahead of him.
I'm sure he will. Sure he will. Well, speak to him soon. We must leave as soon as possible. In fact, in the morning if we can.
All right. I'll go back to the inn and talk to Brecken.
Alright. You all three arrive back at the inn. In the evening time. Bracken is there, many of the rest of the crew. Vissa as well. They're on the table kind of just having some dinner.
Brecken!
You are all right.
Yes.
No death, no ambushes.
Not this time. We didn't die on the road.
Very good.
We have very important things to discuss.
What happened with her?
Ivan Finior is the brother of the other Finior. He is centuries old. He was imprisoned by Cholonais. and he escaped.
Hey, slow down.
Sholade, who just happens to be your
Shol-
great grandmother
What?
or something.
Yes, apparently.
Oh, okay. There are lots of things being said right now. I have a couple of drinks. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear any of that. And we're going to discuss it on the ship in the morning.
Very well.
And Vissa looks like she's like,
Yeah, Vista, you sure you want to be an adventurer now? All the crazy things that happened?
what are you doing tonight?
I have no idea.
Are you pulling my chin?
No, not this time.
All true.
Entirely capable of it. But even Mirwin says it's true.
We'll discuss it more in the morning
I'm gonna worry the whole night then.
when
Fine.
Brecken is sober.
There's nothing to worry about for now. We're completely safe, and there wasn't any horrible news that came like impending doom. So the status quo has not changed. We're safe for now.
Alright, so we will say that your night passes. In the morning, you load up and ship off. And out past the bay you go and begin your journey south and east into the Triumvirate. You awake, and Brecken is already waiting.
Yes, I have been sitting here for quite a while. You said a couple of things last night that were very disturbing. And as much as I tried not to, I remember them. So, all of you sit down right now and tell me what's going on.
Yeah! Sit down!
Okay.
Start at the beginning, please. Say each fact slowly.
So we set off for Breaker Point.
Oh, I thought you were going to start at the very beginning.
Set off for
we
Merlington.
arrived in Merlington.
Oh, not that early. I know all of that.
I will inform you of all the facts.
Okay, you got to, what happened at Breaker's Point?
We saw the pilgrim.
We saw the pilgrim.
No.
Yes.
He was the one who called us there.
And
Do you know what?
he is...
What did he say?
He said he spent a lot of time at the Vault of Ages to get his memory back or whatever.
Apparently he could see us on occasion and was watching you when you had all these revelations and you find things.
And yeah, sometimes he could see us and sometimes he could hear us.
Does that mean he knew about Galioth?
Yes.
Yes.
He learned of it when you learned of it, I believe.
But also, yes, the Seekers are one and the same.
What do you mean?
They're the original Seekers.
They are the original Seekers.
How is that possible?
They were imprisoned by Sholane, which I keep trying to call Culinay.
So Sholane, she didn't destroy them, or not all of them.
It seems from what the...
Well, how did she imprison them? What does that mean?
with Fey essence somehow.
Somehow.
It was left blank. I'm sorry, I've been quiet because I don't understand a lot of it either. I do remember that wasn't really explained. Is Sid trapped in a different world?
A different world, like a different plane, like the shattered plane of the Aesir, where the pilgrims can find you.
Yeah,
So
I
the
don't
same
understand that any more than she does.
Right.
I don't think the same
Ah.
place.
Yes, he said it wasn't the same,
He-
but similar.
His was accidental and this was on purpose.
Sholane created a rift like the one that happened at the Battle of the World Tree on purpose. Oh my goodness!
Also,
Then they didn't age and then escaped.
They escaped from it. They are all of them and their soldiers and the riders. All of the Seekers are all one. They are the.
yes.
My mind is just blown. And this is very quietly just looking quite freaked out.
Also, you are very likely descendants of Sholane.
What?
Yes, that's where you got your mother got the shard from, as it was passed down.
She founded. What is it?
Vamon?
Yes. Valor?
Absolute goes up and sits next to Vissa and just kind of like quietly consoles her. Just being a presence.
This is extremely tense. This is a lot of information for her.
I'm not trying to like help her or like just be a presence to
She
protect.
she kind of looks at you from the side with the side eye. Just
This is okay.
A lot of Valen's history was lost around the time of the breaking. And most of my family never knew where the shard came from or exactly how Valen was found. That part of Eartha saw them fighting. I never suspected that. The pilgrim told you this then?
Yes.
How did you see that?
Who knows? He sees all sorts of weird things.
Yeah,
I
he's been
suppose.
around.
I suppose you're right.
And has been seeing things like that for thousands of years.
Well, if he's tracked that information down, it means that
The Seekers could have as well.
the Seekers must know it.
That's probably why they destroyed your village. Were chasing Vissa. And at the... Where's the place that we were at in Merlington? The Guild.
Right to the little man.
That place.
They weren't asking for the shard. They were asking for the girl.
No doubt they wanted both.
This armor is crazy old.
Yes. Even older than your little god man.
All of it, the armor that face seals on thousands of years ago.
I don't know if I said that. That was not in character now. Because she would not have that information.
That's right. I'm speechless. So they are back to finish what they started.
Yes.
Yes.
Did they say anything else?
Miro remembers.
He told us about the monoliths that Warith could commune with them and maybe gain more power or be destroyed. They were trying to create a network of monoliths. And they did, the Aesir did break their moon.
What do you mean their moon?
They're from another planet.
he jumps up.
Ah! I knew it! I've gone crazy! Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it? When I was in that room in Berwick.
We thought you were just
You thought I was
really drunk.
crazy.
Hand on Vissa because that no doubt scared her. On her back.
And they were experimenting on their moon and created that giant crack.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I was right about it. I
We
was
thought
right.
you were
Was
just
Other
in
planet.
a drunken something.
Right. They are from another world. Oh,
They also said, "Easy, fella."
oh, I was so right. I called it.
They also said to seek out. He also said to seek out legends of the World Tree. We need to find it eventually.
I'm gonna hit libraries so hard in Vessel. And the scholars, guilds, historians. I'm gonna talk to all the famous historians.
He also said that the World Tree is the center of his prison.
Well, the battle occurred at the World Tree, right? That's where the shard. That's where the staff broke. Maybe that's where it was created, I guess.
I guess the epicenter of whatever extra dimensional damage that happened.
That would make
Warwick
sense.
knows those words.
That would make sense.
And he described it as a labyrinth. I don't know if that's any useful. It just sounded cool.
I don't know exactly what to make of that.
David, buddy.
I just can't think. Take the feeling that that's useful for some reason.
It sounds like it's a place of torment for him.
Sucks for him.
Aye. Well, we will have a lot of work to do then.
Yes, you will.
Oh boy. Oh, are we gonna lose?
We will not lose.
They're gonna kill us all because Sholane was my ancestor?
They're gonna try.
But they will not. And I'll take the shield and just put it down in front of her and like lean it up against her knees.
Alright. Well, if there's any way I can help, I guess.
We'll see.
Did Brecken call Sholane the Master of Essence, or did the Pilgrim?
Pilgrim did.
So Brecken doesn't know that?
But he does know Sholane was the one who created this rift to the president.
I'm going to tell him.
Yeah, the Master of Essence was a new thing.
Yeah.
They called him the Master of Essence.
Yes, Sholane was called the Master of Essence.
I see.
Hey, Absolute. Why don't you take Vissa over to get some breakfast?
Little one. We are going.
You take this upstairs. She follows you willingly after a moment, looking to get a bit of a break from all of this talk. And you go up above deck.
You remember on the island when Vissa had the incident with Shard? It seemed to glow.
Oh, at the Cape of Lyria.
Yes.
Yes, you did tell me about it.
I can't help but thinking that's connected somehow. And it's never reacted that way to any of us. And I've meditated with it before.
That is a good point now that you mention it. Now the use, there's many things I don't know about the use of essence. Does talent empower and it's descend through generations? Is it so beyond training? I don't know.
Perhaps both?
Have you ever tried using it?
I have not.
Do you know of anyone in your family that has?
I do not. I know that my brother never did. We were close. I never heard of my mother ever doing anything like that. In fact, we really didn't think too much about the fact that we had the shard. It was just something that mother kept.
Well, Vissa may have a larger role in this in the future.
I see.
And it may be beyond any of our control to protect her from it.
Really wish that I didn't. That you didn't hear that. Or that. I really wish that wasn't the case. Yeah. Don't like that at all. Well, next things next. Go to all of the places we can and find out everything that we can about the Seekers, about the tree, about the shards, any sort of legends. Trace them all back to their roots. Chase down every thread we can find a lead.
We never found what that map was, did we?
We have two of them.
That's right.
Those two little islands. The Seekers had one of them. And really, what would have a map if it was in the department?
We should check.
How old was that map? Did we ever look?
I don't think we did.
We never thought.
I need to find out how old the map is.
I don't know.
We should seek out some
I saw one on that.
calligraphers, what's the-
Clara
A
might know.
cartographer in Vasson.
cartographers.
Add that to the list. Go to a cartographer in Vasson. I bet Clara knows someone. Yes, I know Clara knows someone. This is good. We have things to focus on next. Good. All right. Now, just to focus on my work and not get freaked out that my niece might be
Space Steel Master?
incarnation of some old phase deal banishing master of essence. Or even worse, that's how it might be. I don't want that at all. Well, back to my books then.
I don't know. A moody teenage girl is a good idea to have as a master of essence, but I guess we'll see.
Or a middle-aged scholarly elf. Who occasionally spends too much time in his room reading books.
And his alcohol.
And was that room? I was right about that planet. Oh, I was so right. Oh, I was so right.
Maybe we can send a message to Bew and thieves can't.
Nope. That is not how that works.
Well, I'm not the way to contact him because I need him to know that I know that I was right. I need him to know that I was right. But we'll find a way to
I
send a
know
message to you.
where Bew is.
You know he was heading west into Western Casbah, heading
You are.
We don't have a
so far
city.
away.
You don't know sending. You don't know sending.
Sending?
Well, spell.
Oh no. Well, like if I knew a specific location he was at, then thieves can't work. Huh? No, because thieves can't allow you to send messages through, like the underground.
Oh, that's true.
Underground network.
Essentially. Allows you to hide messages in seemingly normal conversation. It takes 4 times longer to convey such a message.
You are assuming two things.
No. I swear I read this somewhere.
Bew knows thieves can't. Bew knows reading at all.
That was not the plan. The plan was to contact people in that city and tell them, hey, find this dude and tell him this.
You know what, actually, and back in character, there's no way you can mentally send a message to anyone, can you?
Not that I'm aware of. Not yet.
Oh, I mean, among the guild here, would it not be a good idea for Bew and Scarlet to know what we know now?
Yes, it would be.
I think it certainly would be. Work on a way of contacting them if you would, please.
Get this.
I'm sure you have some other railroad connections. Perhaps you can pull some strings, or I don't know, meditate a lot. Think words in your head, and then fantasize about Bew while you're thinking. I'm sure you're good at that.
It is nothing new for him.
I thought I just heard Bew's voice in my head.
Where is that? Whatever.
So, well, think about how you might send the message, because I would like them to know that.
Okay.
You continue on the high seas. The rest of the day.
Absolth just gets food and tries to console this as much, and then gets like a shot of whiskey and something like a juice or some mundane drink, and like has her drink that so that, you know, alcohol, it helps.
You know this,
Not making it a vice, but instead kind of making it like, whoops, you had some.
You
And now you
sit,
feel better.
you sit together up against the gunwale of the boat, not minding the fact that it rains a bit on you. And she sips. You spend a little while. What if I have to be something that I don't want to be?
We are talking responsibility then, huh?
Aye.
We all have to make that choice, that where we think of what it is that would be ideal for our desires, right? What it would be easiest for us to go from where we are now to what our bodies want, our minds want. And then we get there and it was happy. We are fine. We are good. But responsibility doesn't work like that.
I know, it's just that the last 7 months of my life have been so fast and yet so slow and so... I just keep getting pulled further and further into something I don't know anything about. And I wasn't ready for it at all. But here we are, and it seems like things are just going to get crazier and stranger. And responsibility or no, I just wasn't ready for any of it.
But I understand. What is the last thing? Why is this responsibility on you? What is benefits of being responsible?
Well, that I save my friends, or they save me, maybe? I'm not sure which way it goes. Been them saving me so far. And that's the end of it, is that we'll be finished with this. And then we won't have to fight anymore.
No. Look. And I'll take a piece of something.
I'm sorry,
Right.
let's pause really quick. Hello?
I'll take a chunk of bread and set it down in front of her, just a few feet. My arms reach easy. That is goal. That is the product of responsibility. That is the end. It is out of your reach right now. But it is beneficial. Da?
Yes.
And then I'll take my big tankard and set it down so that it blocks the view. That is the problems. That is trials. That is things that will get in your way. And they seem like a lot. And right now, can you see the product of responsibility? The end?
He's behind it.
Da?
I mean, I know that it's there.
You know it's there. And what do you need to do?
I need to move aside the cup.
You have a reliable and trustworthy contact who acts as your liaison to a network of other criminals. You know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances. Specifically, you know the local messengers, corrupt caravan masters, and seedy sailors who can deliver messages for you.
Then, by next week, tell me who that is and where they are and how you do that. But if I reach out and I can't reach it unless I cut my hand off. Something bad has to happen to me first.
I'm not saying that's not true. Not saying that it wouldn't take effort to push the thing that is blocking. But if that tankard is too heavy for you to lift, who around you can help?
I guess that I will have all of you.
And that takes work. To say I need help. And no one expects you to do that naturally, and it is not easy for all of us.
Yeah, well, one of them left without even saying bye. So, why would I think that nobody else will do that?
And that can be part of what's in the tinker there. It is a trial. It is something that is stopping you physically, stopping you from the results of responsibility.
Okay.
But
I'll think about it. Think about that. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
and I'll take her and I'll move her a couple of inches so that she can see.
Ah, I see it now. It's on the other side.
It's there.
I get it. Alright.
Well, it is a stupid illustration that worked for me one day. It may not work for you. But how are you feeling?
Better. She pats you. Thanks. The winds are favorable, and the next 5 days pass without incident. And you draw in through this transient channel and right into the bay toward the city of Vassal. As you approach, you see a brilliant sight. There's a city, immense and sprawling. A castle of white stone rises high with its towers and crenellations adorned with flowering ivies, towering over a blossoming city filled with gardens and fountains and fine architecture. Buildings whose brightly colored stuccos and clay tile roofs form handsome city blocks. This city, even from miles away, has an energy radiating from it, a buzzing life force. It feels like you have arrived at the center of civilization. This is Vassal. And there we went tonight's session.
Good stuff.